Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to What's the Play podcast, episode 170. We have Big Jon here, and we have our guest, Mr. Get It and Flip It. Mike, what's up?
What's going on? How y'all feeling, man? It's been a
We
minute.
doing,
Yeah,
we
it's good
doing
to have
good.
you
We
here.
doing good, man. Good to see you again.
You as well. How's life, man? How's life for y'all?
Woo, woo.
And we get into it. It's good. How
All
you?
right, blessings. I'm blessed, man. Blessed and highly favored, man. No complaints.
Mm. I mean, who complains anyway, right? We just get through it.
Yeah, just work through it, man.
Mhm. As I tell them every day, we just gonna work through it. I don't know how, but we gonna work through it.
You gotta keep going, bro. You gotta have faith and believe in yourself. Believe in yourself as if you God, man. Just one foot in front of the other and just keep pushing.
Very true.
Mhm.
Very true. A lot of people don't see it that way, but it's very true.
Yeah. As long as you see it that way, that's what matters.
Yep.
So
So I want to start with Mike. You just came from a great show.
I did this weekend. Yes, Coach Collision was this weekend. Great turnout, great dealers, great traffic, great vibes as usual. It was the second show of the year. He always has one in January and one in the end of the third quarter. It was great, bro. I had great deals. Trade night was fantastic. Did a few good deals at trade night. They had the fight, broadcasting the fight. So it was good energy, man. Good energy.
So for people who haven't been there, how would you
Yeah.
describe the show and what you experienced?
For me, it's just great vibes, man. To me, I think personally, I feel like Coach is probably one of the premier shows in the country. I feel like it's up there with Burbank, with Dallas as well too. Obviously, those are a little bit bigger shows as far as tables. But even this show, this one was like a little bit over 300 tables, I believe. The January show is obviously the bigger one of the two Coaches shows. Um, it's always good deals, always good buying, trades as well too. Traffic was flowing through, even though Collecticon was going on, it was still good traffic for the show, in my belief. It was just great vibes, bro. It was always good energy at Culture. You know what I mean? We'd love to have you come out one of these days, man, for sure.
I would love to. I would love to. Just, would love to. What up? But I know there was a new location, right?
Yeah, this was a newer location in Gwinnett. Usually they have it in Cobb. Normally it's in the Cobb Galleria. This time was in Gas South. Beautiful venue. It's connected to the Westin Hotel, which has the Overtree. I'm sorry, rooftop attached to it, which is a beautiful view. The venue was fantastic, boss. Like I personally like the venue. I know they're remodeling at the Waverly in Cobb, which is the original venue. But I personally like this venue better. Obviously, I want to see what the renovations are going to be in Cobb when the show comes back there. But I think they're doing like a year or so renovation there. So,
Okay.
because I believe the
No,
next show is going to be a little bit closer to the airport.
Okay.
So,
no, was Coach Coalition still doing the basketball tournament and stuff
the basketball tournament is going to be for the January show.
for January show? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I mean, what was the buzz during the show? Was people dollar boxing? Were we just high end?
For me, it was
I
a
don't know.
mixture of everything. I bought a lot of high end. I bought a lot. I guess you could say mid tier as well too, like things from like $100 to like $1,000. Obviously, I did some big deals, 5K and up as well too. So it's a mixture of everything. It's not just a show that's just particularly just high end. It's a vast majority of all ranges of cars, and also it was shoes as well there as well too. So Ralph was selling some of his sneakers, and there was two other sneaker vendors that were selling shoes as clothes as well too. So
You know,
Very
I'm
cool.
a I'm gonna get into it because and I know we're Ralph being one of the few black promoters.
yes,
I'm
sir.
sure from a vendor standpoint, we were represented very well at this show.
100%. 100%.
Now, I go to shows up here in Connecticut, and that's one of the things that makes me want to do more shows because
Hmm.
I don't see a lot of me around. So I
Yeah.
want to be out and go like, and they're great shows and they're great vendors. I am excited. I got a show this weekend
Right.
with EC3 Con, which is a great show up here in Connecticut, one of the biggest shows we do. and they're great vendors
the
there.
Sky convention, right?
Yeah.
I was thinking about going to that show this weekend. Is that a good show to go to? I was entertained that show this weekend.
That's a great show to go to. If you can come up there, let me know.
Okay.
That is a great show. We've had Scott on a few times. You're gonna see everything in there. Pokemon, high end. You're gonna see anime voice actors. There's a lot of wrestlers this time. Bubba Ray Dudley and the Dudleys are gonna be there. D'Lo Brown. So, Scott, I don't know. You owe me something for all this marketing right now.
Yeah, I'm in between 3 shows this weekend. I'm either going to do the Connecticut show that you were talking about, but I believe that's only a one-day show, right?
It's a one-day show this time. November.
Right.
So, the cool thing about November, and this show is usually, September shows it was a one-day show last year because they tried the new bigger ballroom for the first time.
Right.
So this is a good show. The show in November is one of the best shows because it's usually when they have the high school basketball tournament going on.
Okay.
So you see a lot of traffic, a lot of energy in that show because of the tournament. But this show is usually going to be good. Sit down and meet people, talk to people. There's a lot of last show I went to there. A lot of middle row tables had a lot of high end stuff. So I think I've sent FD a couple Kobe's and Curry's that just don't get seen a lot.
Yeah,
so
things up my
there's something for everybody.
For sure.
And then
for sure.
Some of the bigger Mass, New York, and Connecticut dealers and shops that come there too. So it's a lot of stuff.
Nice.
We got Zerny here saying, "Fam, what's up?" Zerny, it's always good to have you here. We got JC saying, "What it do, fam?" Michael Thomas dropping in to say hi, what's up to the trio tonight. That's my brother FD. Nice to have you here, Mr. Thomas. So, Mike, do you I know at that show and probably other shows, you've seen a trend up on. We were talking about Pokemon. Big Jon brought that up.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Are you good?
Are you asking particularly about culture or just in general?
Or at culture and other shows you go to, because you go places all over the country.
I will definitely say you see a higher volume of Pokemon for sure, particularly at culture. I didn't see an overwhelming presence of it. It was definitely obviously a few tables out of the 300 plus that were there. But I didn't see an overwhelming crowd strictly just for Pokemon. Sometimes you go to certain shows and it's, it might be 300 tables and you got, 150, 160 and it's just straight Pokemon. You know what I mean? Sometimes I go to shows in rural North Carolina where it's 300 tables, 400 tables, and it's 200 tables of Pokemon, 250 tables of Pokemon. And obviously it's a market for it. Obviously it's always been a market for it. Obviously right now it's on the uptrend. I see that obviously it's probably going to mellow out just like how the sports market does the same thing. It'll go super high or come down or mellow out. So obviously right now, if you want to say it's the bee's knees, you know what I mean? A lot of people are getting into Pokemon and just taking off.
Well, I think with Pokemon, you got a lot of people getting back into it. Pokemon's always going to be big for the younger kids,
For sure.
7 to 14-year-olds, But also, they're coming out with a lot of good artwork. You just talk about look at some of these cards that are coming out. I work with a bunch of college kids, and they know I collect cards, and immediately they're just out. Hey, did you get the Pokemon drop this week? Did you go to here to get Pokemon? And they're 20 years old buying Pokemon to rip, not even to flip or anything, just to rip.
Yeah. So,
and they know more about it than I do when it comes to Pokemon and when it's coming out and what's dropping. But I think a lot of people just with Destined Rivals, Team Rocket Set. You get some of that style from when we were kids, and you had Team Rocket cards and Meowths and Giovanni's Persian, and they come in new updated artwork, new updated cards, and the game here is pretty popular. At the show I'm setting up in October. One of my vendors right next to me, his whole family is ranked top 50 in the country. playing Pokemon cards from him to all of his kids.
Right.
Right. So like it's not only being collected, it's been played too.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Jay Carr asked a question. Mike, I don't know if you know this, but this is a question that's asked. What does a table at Culture Collision run a person?
This particular weekend, I think it was 300. I haven't booked my table for the January show, which is January 23rd to the 25th of 2026. I believe for the next show, I think it's a little bit more. I think it's like maybe 4. I have to double check. I think it's like 4 or like 450. But I think the expectation is going to be 500 tables for the January show. I believe 4 to 500. So, but I believe it's in that range. But this weekend it was 300.
I know you. Go no, you go, Big Jon.
When you get that big, 500 tables,
Yeah,
then you have to go multiple days as a buyer or collector, even if you're flipping just to see everything, right? Because you can't get through 500 tables in a day, right? So I'm just crazy.
I mean, I get what you're saying. I guess it all depends on what you're looking for. Obviously, you're not going to stop at every table and dissect every table, especially if it's not what you're looking for. So like once again, right? So obviously, there's in the January show, there's going to be a decent amount of probably a Pokémon for sure. Which some people might not be interested in that. There's going to be a decent amount of vintage, which some people might not be interested in that. Same thing with modern. You know what I mean? You got individuals that strictly come there just for vintage, or strictly just come there just for modern, or strictly just come there just for Pokemon. So certain tables that are not going to interest them, they might look and glance, but they might not be too interested if they're looking for a particular thing. Like I could easily get through 500 tables. Like, I mean, Burbank this last one was what, maybe 600 or 700 tables, or 1,000 or something like that. I mean, FD, you were there. I mean, that was a venue that even though it was that many tables, you were able to walk through it during the day. You know what I mean? So
I think if I hit a show, let's take it back to when we were going and really hitting tables. I think I could hit 300-400 tables.
Mm-hmm.
And I could probably be at that show 5 hours.
Yeah,
I think I could get through.
Okay.
I'm gonna be
maybe I don't spend enough time at show because like I want to say EC3 is about 250, and I go by each table at least 3 times, and I'm only there for like 2.5, 3 hours.
So I mean, if you think about that, there's 750 tables. If you're telling me you're going through 250 tables 2-3 times, you know what I mean? So same thing. I think about like that. Yeah, I guess it's the same. Same thing.
And to me, it's always good to have when you have tables like that. You have so much variety.
That's what I love.
And so many different conversations.
Yeah.
And the networking with vendors, because we know that you can start getting to know people, and maybe now you're finding cars in different ways than
100%.
Walking and so.
And you never know what somebody has at home. I've done deals with individuals. They contact you 2-3 weeks down the line, and it's like, you had this at the house. Yeah, I'm just trying to get rid of it. I got 2 of them, no matter what it, depending on what it is. And it's like, it's not always about the money. We said this before, FD. It's not always about the money. It's always about the relationship. The hobby is about the relationship. Yes, there's a business aspect, but the hobby is about, it is truly collecting cards and building relationships with individuals, sharing stories. How did you get into the hobby? Why are you still in the hobby? What's your favorite player? Who's your favorite sport? What's your PC? Why is that your PC? You know what I mean? So that's what the hobby and the community is about. The money aspect is just,
it's good to see, but it's why it's good to see more shows getting bigger, right?
Yeah, for sure.
There's more people to make more. I don't ever think it's necessarily a bad thing for shows to get bigger, 500, 600, 700 tables. I just like realistically, one day may not be enough. When you balance time, 2 days, like
if you have a big show like that, bro, you can't. I don't recommend nobody having a show over a table, tables over 300, 350, and it be a 1-day show.
Right.
I'd recommend at least 2. If you want to do 3, I don't think there's anything wrong with 3 if it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But at least a Saturday, Sunday for that many tables. You got 600-700 tables. So many things to be done amongst those, that crowd, amongst those tables with 2 days. You understand what I'm saying? One day wouldn't be enough. Something that you see Saturday, something that you didn't see Saturday, you might see Sunday, or something that you didn't see in the beginning of the show, you might see right towards the end before you gotta leave. You know what I'm saying? So
a coach collision you vended, right?
Yes, sir. Always. Every year I've been there a coach collision.
Okay. So what was those conversations with people coming up, the Zion cases and stuff? What was that like?
Obviously, the conversation about Penix, obviously, the Falcons in Atlanta, you know what I mean? I have I'm really big into Penix. And then I have a gold vinyl, number 5. So that drew a lot of attention. Also had a Mike Vick, Black and Door Downtown PSA 10. That drew a lot of attention, a lot of conversation. FD, as you know, my PC is Derrick Rose, which is a lot of people. So obviously with me being home, I pulled out some of the bigger PCs that I had, you know what I mean? And that drew a lot of conversation. Your stories about Derrick Rose and the stories about Mike Vick, and then obviously, you're going back to what you feel about Penix and how his market is so low compared to everybody else. But I think in that draft class, it's probably, 1 or 2 as far as quarterbacks, so it's conversations like that, man. And then you see what people have, Joey was a big topic of the weekend. Hopefully, you get well soon, Joe Burrow. But Joe Burrow was a big topic of the weekend.
Yes.
What was you gonna say, John?
I like Penix, aka Captain Durag. You never seen that one, but no, I think I think he's so much solid and so much better than Caleb Williams, my quarterback right now. So I think he has a good upside. Like, I think he's the best of Anthony Richards and Caleb Williams in a quarterback.
I'll agree with
that. Yeah, for sure.
What I've seen. He's got the big arm.
I'm not gonna do Caleb like that. We can maybe agree to disagree. I think Caleb is a better athlete. Obviously, Mike has had the knee injuries. But I think Caleb is a better athlete. But I think as far as the arm strength and the vision, I think that is even. I think Caleb might be a little bit better arm talent to me. I think Mike has a way better O-line and to protect him.
He's on a much better team. I'm a Bears
way
fan.
Better team. Yeah.
And I'm
a Bears fan. Me too.
I'm over the walls.
I'm a Bears fan. Yeah.
But when I look at Caleb Williams, and as a throwing of the ball, he throws flat-footed, and that worries me. And it just seems like when he throws the ball, he's late on his reads. Yeah. Now, his escapability, the last couple games, I didn't know you had it in you like that to escape like that. The hips got wiggle, and I can appreciate that. But I watched the Minnesota game. I was like, you just a half a tick late because you're not anticipating and you're not making that throw. Like, you scared to make the throw because you saw it and then you blinked and didn't see it again. But new offense, new offensive coordinator, it's the same thing the Bears do, right? It's hard to be successful when you're on your third offensive coordinator and third head coach 100%. In year 2.
100%. But that's the Bears.
Yeah.
That's the Bears.
That's the Bears.
Like at the end of the day, I'm always a Chicago kid. Like I said, Derrick Rose is my PC. Bulls is my favorite team of all time. Jordan is the greatest player of all time. I love my Chicago Bears.
So
at the end of the day, it is what it is. It always has been. It is what it is with the Bears.
Yeah. It right now,
is what it is.
Right now, every Chicago team is living off of 10, 20-year-old championships.
Yeah,
right? Because if you're from Chicago, I'm going to a Cubs game, I'm going to a White Sox game, I'm going to the Bulls game.
But that's different. That's different. Right? Like, those franchises actually pour into like the players, and like within the last 15 years, both of our baseball teams have won World Series. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, so they and that's just what it is. Like, I feel like Chicago it's hard to say what I say Chicago is. Like, Atlanta is a football town. Even though we got the Hawks, it's a football town. New York is a football town. You know what I'm saying? I feel like with Chicago, at the end of the day, it's really a Cubbies town. You know,
Cubs town, yeah.
It's a baseball town. It's the Cubbies. You know what I mean? I feel like that's the biggest sport that's there. You know what I mean? Or franchise, I should say, that's there.
It starts with for me. It starts with the Cubs, right?
Cubbies for sure.
It starts. It's spring Cubs.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're going into that football season. Then we're going into basketball season, and then we're going even hockey, right?
Mm-hmm.
When the season starts, we gear up for it, right? It's where we start with the Cubs. Cubs are bad. It is what it is. You can't have a bad day at Wrigley Field.
No, never.
Right?
It's too much of a vibe.
It's too much of a vibe. Too much around. Like, basically, you're just getting too drunk. Just in Wrigley Field. Bulls game.
But it's not even that though. It's like even club. They got a little reggae club up there that's super fire. The food, you know what I'm saying? It's not even just getting drunk. It's just a whole vibe. Like it's like on that strip. You talking about a reggae club? It's a urban club. It's a pop club. It's everything. You know what I mean? So,
like from what I've been told, that whole area now is basically its own little city. Everything you want, you have in Wrigleyville now. It ain't as barren as it was, 20 years ago. And you see why, Tom Brady and Car Vault put a store right there next to Wrigleyville.
Yeah, for sure.
Well.
For sure.
If you do come up here, you should try to go to Foxwoods and go to Car Vault as well. Okay. It's about 30 minutes from the other casino. So.
Okay. Yeah, to me, it's gotta make sense, for a one-day show. Like if it was a trade night on Friday, but it's like if I can catch something Friday and then maybe go to y'all Saturday. Like I was thinking maybe hit Philly, and if a Philly go with y'all, you know what I mean? Because I try to go where like it depends on what week it is, right? Like for this particular week, like I don't really have a lot of cards, right? So I'm looking to buy a lot. You know what I mean? So I'm looking to go to a show where I feel like I would have the most success.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I personally have never been to Connecticut, so I don't know what to expect in Connecticut. That is appealing and attractive to me. The only thing that's unattractive is that it's only a one-day show.
It's a one-day show, and it's on a Sunday, football Sunday. So, but like I said, the show goes on like 4 or 5 times a year. If you don't come to this one, you got one in 2 months. You got one in February. You got February shows are always good. The only show that I say you're going to feel a little bit lax is the June show because it's summertime.
Right, I get that.
That's the show that's a little bit. It's still a great show. It's just a little bit slower than most, but it's still great. I think what's up this weekend? There's still a lot of. I'll send it to you. There's a lot of shows in the area, but that Philly show might be the better show to go to.
Okay.
Because I know the Philly show gonna be packed.
Yeah.
It always
it always is.
But also too, like to your argument, FD, like on the West Coast, right? You got the Front Row show, which is in Glendale, right? That's a 2-day show. But then you got the Bay show, which is in Fairfield. Well, I know it's not really the Bay, but let's say Fairfield, Sacramento area, like around there. They got a 3-day show, which is always a good show for me in the Bay. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of and then it's a show in North Carolina that's a 2-day show, which economically makes the best sense because the travel cost is nothing. I'm driving, no plane ticket or nothing like that, and I'm just paying for a room for one night and I'm coming back home. You know what I mean? So I might do that too. Sometimes it's just best to stay local. You know what I mean? So.
Mm-hmm. Yep. When you go to shows, like I know it's all based on the season, what sports are in play, but like what the next couple of shows you're going to, what are some of the things you're thinking about buying? If I was a person and I came up to you, or you're hitting tables, what's some things?
For me personally, I'm in that transition mode where I'm being very selective with football. I'm more so looking for basketball, which obviously is my favorite sport anyway. But I'm gearing up for basketball, right? I'm looking for high-end basketball, So that is what I would say is my focus, right? I can't really tell anybody what to look for because some people still might be comfortable just buying football because that's, particularly what's hot right now because the season's live. You know what I mean? I just think for me, it's like, it's just with football. I don't know I know FD, you play football. I don't know if you play football, John, but is any given Sunday. People that were buying Joe Burrow this weekend, your boy's out for 3 months now. You feel what I'm saying?
You got Burrow out. You got McCarthy out. You got.
I don't know if Jalen Daniels is out. I know he got a sprained knee. I don't know if he's actually technically out.
Probably.
You know what I'm saying?
So, you got 4, 5, 6 quarterbacks out.
But
who else is out?
Offensive line, he's going to probably have more problems.
Yeah.
Because he's running. He's moving.
Right.
So. Getting into the season with quarterbacks has been tough.
Yeah.
And after all of that, you have Baker Mayfield doing well.
Justin Fields is out.
Yeah. Oh, Justin Fields, I did see that concussion protocol.
Yeah, the concussion. So
that's interesting, right?
And I think basketball, there's a lot of sleepers. I think a lot of people aren't necessarily talking about, so and Jordan and Kobe's market is kind of really, really hot right now, and I think eventually LeBron's market is going to catch up. Curry as well too. Eventually, I think Bron is going to catch up. I don't know when. I think certain things have already gone up, but I think that's going to be like a next little, I guess you could say, play. When you say what's the play, I think that might be the next play.
No, LeBron market is a very interesting market to look at, right? Because even like $5 to $50 cards is where it was my wheelhouse where I play. And you even look at those cards. Yeah. There are a lot of numbered cards. LeBron's in the area where it doesn't have to be a rookie to be valuable anymore. His numbered prisms are valuable now because he's that great player.
Right.
You compare that to you're looking at a third year anybody, right? You get a 15, 20 year number to 199 LeBron is still about $30 to $50 depending on what brand it is.
Right.
Same card for like a Trey Young, third, fourth year, it's $1 card.
Right.
So like it's very I can see him getting to that point, especially 5 years after he retired, where there's a very uptick in the 2018, 19, 20, 20, 21, 23 cards. Like you have, Jordan Wizards cards sell well.
Exactly.
Graded Jordan cards sell 100 in the Wizards uniform, sell 100, 200, $300 easily. And so that's why I say this. And then Curry's right behind him.
Mm-hmm.
His now Martin stuff. If you get it low numbered enough, it gets a PSA 10. You can take a $2, $3 card and get $100 for it just because it's not that many. I've been looking at different Currys to 99 to buy in the grade and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a LeBron 2012 gold prism. So for big money.
Huge. You should go for what, 100 something?
No, it was like 792,000.
Mike, when you buying, are you just buying in person, or you using eBay, Fanatics, Golden?
Mostly I try to buy in person. I've had some bad situations like buying online unless it's somebody that I know is credible. Always use PayPal goods and services people. But obviously I like that. Me personally, I like the interaction of person to person and being on the spot, and you got to negotiate. You know what I mean? You don't have time to sit there and type it out and figure, you got to do it right here in person. So me personally, I like doing deals. I like actually seeing the cards, looking at the patches and things like that. At the end of the day, like, even though we do this as a business, like, I'm still a collector, right? Like, I still would be mesmerized by a nice patch in a card or a certain rare card that you don't see very often in a high grade. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's a lot of things that I'm not able to afford right now. You know what I mean? That I'm still like, eye over. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
So I will assume that you prefer buying raw, or or
I
graded it yourself.
prefer buying graded cards unless I know for sure there's something that or I believe that's going to PSA 10 or 9.5. Like I just sent a card in to my boy Jordan, shout out Sports Card Yoda. I sent him another card, a Michael Penix Prism Deck of Mojo, number 25 auto. I sent it in because it looked super good. I thought the centering was fine. I took a little microscope and look at the edges, and the edges, everything was flat. I didn't really see any dimples, anything like that through the case. PSA 10 for me. You know what I mean? I'm expecting it back sometime next week. So very rarely do I buy raw cards. If it's a LeBron patch, like this weekend, that's probably the only raw card I think I really bought was a LeBron patch. It was a finals patch where I was like, just like you were saying earlier, it's nothing crazy. It's a napkin LeBron patch, but it's a LeBron patch, finals patch. It's like $500, $600. I was like, let me just get it. So.
Okay. I think.
Is your focus mostly raw cards? You try to buy raw cards and then?
Yeah, my focus is raw cards and getting them graded because I'm buying at a much lower price point, right?
Okay.
So it's less risk for me as I continue to build what I have. And like my focus has changed. Like I'm pretty much out of buying basketball and football unless it's PC. Okay. I only really purchase WWE. That's my lane that I know front, back, side to side. So I mainly just focus on WWE, and everything else I get is baseball prospects. And if I'm opening up basketball, I'm opening up football, I'm just opening up packs for the fun of ripping a pack, not necessarily for value. Like when I first started back in 2020, I was in every break for every sport, for everything. And now that I've wised up, learned from those mistakes, I just focus on what I buy.
All right, so let me ask you this: are you ripping packs more, or are you actually, when you go to shows, you're buying things raw? Like
I'm buying
a case for raw.
I'm buying things raw. I'm looking at cases. I'm buying raw. I'll buy grade.
So you're prepping everything.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your gym rate?
Before the centering change, I was like 65%. After, not as good.
Okay.
I just had three. I sent out three through GameStop. They all came back PSA 9s, and I prepped them well.
And you only grade with PSA. You don't do Beckett, SEC, anything like that.
Well, I only do PSA now. Okay. I used to do SEC. I will buy CGC slabs. I will buy Beckett slabs. Like when I'm buying for my PC, I don't care who it is that's graded, as long as it's one of the four. Like I'm not buying GMA and stuff like that, but I will. If it's a PC, I will take a PSA 9 all day. I would just save the money. I don't care for a card that I don't have any interest selling.
Right.
So.
Michael Thomas asks a question here. Is it me, or since Panini is about to be done with licensed product, they are releasing in-season products on time? Do y'all think that? Oh, is that it?
I thought they were still behind.
I don't really keep up on a release schedule like that. So
I'll be honest, I don't either. But obviously, if they are, it makes sense.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. They're trying to get everything out, so it makes sense.
Yeah, they do have to beat the clock. Because I don't think even if it's already made before, that's up, they still need to release it before the contract's up. That's what happened with WWE last year. End of the year, they came out with like every 2 weeks there was a product coming out because they had to generate first to get everything out. So they may be on time because there's an end date.
Yeah, about to say it's a clock ticking.
Mm-hmm.
So, Mike, Canelo versus Crawford. Who'd you have winning?
I had Bud, of course. Yeah, it's not even a question. I think Bud is too poised and too disciplined of a fighter. I know he's the elder statesman compared to Canelo. I know Canelo has 20 something more fights than he does. Um, but I think every fight that I've ever seen Bud be in, like he's just very poised. I mean, he's more of a defensive fighter than an offensive fighter. Very calculated how he's punching you. He kind of controls you with that jab. I think he had like was it four or five, four and a half reach advantage. I think as far as jab, I think he threw like almost 10 times more jab, and that's just keeping somebody a distance away. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, I mean, I think Canelo, he tried, like he said in the press conference, he tried his best. Um, Bud was the better man. I was glad everybody saw that. So
What I don't like about Bud winning is not everybody saying Canelo's washed. Like that was
That's
a
expected.
really that was a great fight.
Yeah.
I didn't stay up to watch it. I watched it the next morning, and but I watched all 12 rounds, and I'm like, this is a good fight. Like Canelo was playing his game plan. It just wasn't a great game plan to not be on the attack the first 4 rounds when you have a boxer mind like Bud, who's just picking you apart for 4 rounds.
That's what I was going to say. Like Bud was just dissecting him, bro. He was just keeping that distance, being calculated with his hits. I mean, it wasn't like anybody was super bruised up, but you could definitely tell Canelo got the worst of the two.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can tell he got the worst of the two. So I won't say like nobody was bleeding or busted nose or eyes like that, but you was lumped up pretty nice, bro. You was getting tagged the whole night. Yeah, you still putting up a good fight, but you anybody watching that fight can see like Bud is just a better technical boxer than you. You know what I'm saying?
If you watch the 9 through 12 and just seeing the furies that Bud was going on with the counter, boom, 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 boom. And when he tagged him in the 11th, and he just gave him that, what you just hit me with, look, fight was over.
Yeah, Canelo just is not swift enough and savvy enough. He doesn't move his feet enough to really match up well with someone that's a legendary fighter.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, Bud is going to go down in history as who goes from 140 to 162. Who does that and still take care of business?
Exactly.
And they say that his walk around weight when he's not fighting is 175. So as people talked about this weight difference, it wasn't really big for him because he's already there.
He's already heavy, which is crazy because he's not that tall. Like if you walk around almost $180, you know what I'm saying? Like that's a stocky dude. And for his size, he's only like what 5'7", 5'8", something like that. Like that's a lot.
Yep, a lot.
I don't think you should be fighting somebody who drove themselves to the hospital after getting a bullet to the head. That's way too tough for me. It's like same reason I don't think anybody should mess with 50 Cent. You're just way too tough for me, bro.
Yeah, I feel that.
But more importantly, his life is ordained. Like his destiny is his destiny.
See the guys, what's up? Good to have you here. Good to have you here.
What's happening?
That was the first fight I watched most of the undercard in a long time.
Me too.
Okay. I didn't watch too much of the undercard.
What's up?
I didn't watch too much of the undercard, like, because it was trade night going on.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, we was really just paying attention to the main event, obviously. When it came up, but before that, I was doing deals. I was picking up a lot. It had a lot of good, like I said, Culture was such a good show, man. Like, trade night was so good. Picked up some bangers, man, some bangers. So.
I will say this: Topps missed the boat for collectors and for everybody for not having Canelo or Bud in the boxing product that came out. Before they were either one that was in that product. The new boxing product, Canelo being basically the face of boxing, not in the product, is crazy. Right before a big fight. So Something that would have did numbers.
Yeah, I agree with that. Somebody actually had ripped a case of that at the show. Somebody had a case of it, and they ripped it. So,
well, when I heard it was a nice product. Even the rip wasn't too costly, and there was a lot of color coming out of it.
Yeah, I know Ralph had a one-on-one super factor. I got the video of it on my phone. I forgot who it was. I don't think it was nobody big, but I know Ralph got the one-on-one. Prison guy got the one-on-one super factor out of the case. So
nice,
very cool.
You got me wanting to rip something.
Rip something live, man.
I don't have nothing. This is I can never collect wax because I get the urge to rip and I'm gonna rip it.
I feel that. That's one thing I've never been able to get into is ripping wax or like getting into breaks. You know, that just wasn't what I was necessarily, taught, I guess, as far as jumping into, but I've never really gotten into like ripping wax.
I haven't ripped anything like that since early 2000s.
Yeah.
I like opening packs. Me and my daughter, we open Squishmallows.
But you gotta open it for different reasons, though. Like
for sure.
Yeah. You're having family fun. You're enjoying it.
Yeah, for sure.
I can't wait till the SpongeBob product comes out. I'm gonna open a bunch of that. I know. Seeing my wife and my daughter in SpongeBob, yeah, we just gonna open all these.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Fiji gotta say I love keeping sealed Pokemon. I think you've talked about this before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Really cool. I know the West Coast Card Show has a TCG only
section.
Do you find that in other cities that you go to? TCG?
Yeah, Minnesota has that. Has just strictly Minnesota and Denver. I know for sure have just Pokemon and TGC shows. But then to counter that, they'll just have strictly just sports shows as well too. So.
Yep.
But yeah, I've seen that. Like I said, it's a market for it, bro. It's a market. It's an audience. You know what I mean? It's a fan base for it. Like it's here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, even at the most recent West Coast show, that side with TCG was busy.
It's probably 200 tables, 300 tables of just that. Like it had literally its whole own section. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So.
The Pokemon side of the hobby is so interesting in the fact that you don't hear a lot of conversation about comps. You don't hear a lot of conversation about is it graded, is it gradable. I walk a lot of shows and see people do Pokemon deals, and I want that card.
And or people are selling whole binders.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there.
We got the Angry Sports Card Dad.
Yeah, he says here. I think this is a name switch. I think I know who this is. There was a new Disney drop today. Sold out. And then he says there may not be much SpongeBob available.
That may not be. I don't think it's going to get to retail, so it's definitely going to be hard to get.
Yeah.
I'm keeping that on tab. All right, so
what y'all feel about we 2 weeks into the NFL season? What y'all feel about y'all teams? What y'all feel about state of NFL? We already talked about it a little bit earlier with the QBs. What y'all feeling?
I think the Bears are going to continue to be the Bears. GM said 3 years ago that he was about bringing a championship to the city and rebuilding the team, and really haven't seen much of that.
Mm-hmm.
Caleb Williams, stat-wise, is playing just like Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's going to bring more than what we've already seen.
I agree with that.
I'm interested to see if they put in Tyson Badger by week 4.
You give up on Caleb?
If you do that, though, can you ever go back to Caleb? I'm sure you could.
I mean, you can do whatever you want.
I'm sure you could. I'm sure you could next year or later in the year. Badger's back.
Are you saying that Caleb is the issue?
I'm saying Caleb's style of play does not match the style of play that Ben Johnson wants to play. right? Timing, on script. It's the reason why the first 15 plays look crisp, and the rest of the game, Caleb doesn't look crisp for the rest of the game. You know, you think of the quarterback, he just came from golf, who can be on time, timing, understands all that, and won't deviate unless he has to, and who can go through multiple reads. I don't think Caleb gets to his second or third read, whether it's Caleb or the offensive line. And the Bears don't have a running game. They have
None.
DeAndre Swift, who was not a big power back like Montgomery, and who was not a scat back like Khalil Herbert or Tariq Cohen. He's in the middle, and he doesn't give you half of the production that either of those three backs gave you over the past years. So it's just like you can't run and get 3 yards, and you can't throw slants and hitches because the quarterback don't have enough time to do it or don't recognize it. So he's got to do a lot of running.
Yeah.
And it may just be different with Badgen if he has a better understanding of the offense or he have better timing of the offense, just to see if they want to win a couple games in Tennessee. I mean, if you go 0-6, 0-7, don't you have to give the backup a chance?
I just always think when you have a starting quarterback and you make a change like that, you sit that person down. When do you go back to him?
Yeah.
Do you go back to him just because you feel like it, or is there a strategy there?
Like, can Indianapolis Colts go back to Anthony Richards? Any point in time this year?
Not if Daniel Jones is playing well.
Yeah.
You know.
But if Daniel Jones stops playing like prime Peyton Manning and go and play bad.
I mean, let's be honest though, bro. Daniel Jones is not necessarily a bad quarterback in New York. It's kind of the same concept it is with Caleb. Like, bro, your team is horrible. You have a great running back. You have a fairly decent quarterback. He's a very serviceable quarterback. He's an Andy Dalton type quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's not like you're super elite, but you're serviceable. For sure, serviceable. In the right system, bro, you could look great. Like Sam Darnold was in the right system last year and looked great. You know what I'm saying? So, but I don't think Anthony Richardson is that.
No,
you know, I think you are the most watered down version of Lamar Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are an athlete. You can run. You're not really as fast as Lamar. You can run, but Lamar truly is a quarterback. He's a pocket quarterback that just happens to be super fast. You understand what I'm saying? So, but Anthony Richardson, like, even in college, bro, like, I didn't see nothing too crazy. It was more so he was running touchdowns. Like, you just an athlete, bro. You just an athlete, and you fragile on top of that too.
What I'm starting to realize, college does not prepare quarterbacks to play in the pros anymore.
No,
you play the system to win my championships now, and you figure out how to be a pro quarterback when you get to the pros.
Yeah, it's two different sports. It looks alike because you got shoulder pads and helmet on, but two different. And that coach in college is trying to win games to get paid. They're not here to develop you. That's not really. It's not really part of the program. So, yeah, how does one develop?
Other thing I like see, I think Drake May is one of those good serviceable quarterbacks. Watch him. I think he's for the team. But for his team, same thing with that fourth quarter of Monday night game. I see why Minnesota's high on JJ McCarthy. He's got some. He's got the same type of moxie that Baker Mayfield has. Like, I think Geno Smith.
Go ahead, my fault.
Go ahead. You go ahead.
No, you said Geno Smith what?
I think Geno Smith is just Jameis Winston 2.0.
Ooh, we disagree. I think Geno Smith is a dog.
He is a dog. He is a dog, but he is going to give that ball away. It seems like.
I think in the last like 2 years, 3 years, wasn't he like the most like, as far as completions,
Yeah, I think
I think he was the
great.
highest. Yeah,
Just-
I think I'm gonna say just with the Raiders because like when he was in the Seahawks, bro, that boy was him and DK was a crazy tandem. You know what I mean?
Last night they couldn't run. The Raiders couldn't run the ball.
No, they can't do nothing last
You're
night.
trying to throw the Genti out here in the flat.
Yeah.
That's not a strong suit, but you can't run the ball.
What's up with all the passes to the flats?
Because that's the easy dump. Man. That's the easy dump to see. Now you're going athleticism on athleticism to see what's going to happen.
Right.
But that's because your offense is stagnant. That's
Mm-hmm.
what you do. You just try to make something happen. And you try to make sure your
progressions, and that's the safe zone.
Yeah, and your quarterback doesn't get hit.
Yeah.
Yes, and if the quarterback can't take that throw,
doing
you got a
that
problem.
than just running the football. And if you see week after week, most of these teams they don't have a running game.
And your running back Janty was getting
They get lit up.
boy.
Yeah.
He was getting beat.
He was getting hit.
Like, boy, you finna
Their
kill
ears
him.
back and just coming. Yeah, coming that far. This is why CJ Stroud is struggling.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have time to do too much of anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's trying to dump. You know, what is he going to do? But
CJ Stroud is a great quarterback.
Yeah, he's a great quarterback. Yeah. But when people watch film on you and your line is not protecting you, and you don't really have a running game, then now you're on an island by yourself.
I think obviously y'all play football, right? Y'all a little bit. I don't know if y'all. I'm FD, you're a little bit older than me. I'm not sure how old you are, John. But I remember growing up, and even with the Bears, we finna run this thing.
Yeah,
that's how you break down that defense. We finna run over and over and over. We're gonna pass, run it. We're gonna break this defense down. I'm gonna keep running. I'm gonna take these two back tandem, and I'm finna keep running this ball into them. And then we're gonna see by the fourth quarter, we're gonna see who's still gonna be up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If you look at, matter of fact, look at the Falcons, right? The Falcons this past week, all they did was hand that ball off to Big Jon and Tyler. Keep running this ball. Keep running this ball. Get this defense tired. Keep running it. And I think a lot of you do have a lot of gifted pocket quarterbacks now, right? But I think they're making the game entirely too hard. You know what I mean? Make it simple. Run this ball. Run the ball.
You look at Buffalo, James Cook running the ball. He's just running. Yeah. They're in that game against the Ravens because they were able to run the ball and wear the defense out. Second half, now they can sling it.
Yeah.
Philly. I think Philly's going to have a problem in the middle of the year if the offense don't start clicking and we're just running the ball and tush pushing to win games.
Yeah.
Winning the games is the goal, but at a certain point in time, I don't think AJ Brown is going to be quiet about not getting the ball for more than a couple weeks. Receivers want to receive, not just block.
And I get that, but also too, it all depends on the game, right? If you able to air it out, they playing man to man, and it's my receiver against your safety or your linebacker, and I'm about to win this battle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, okay, let's air it out, but not every team. Obviously, you can do that on. Some teams you really got to hand it off to Saquon or hand it off to Big Jon or whoever your running back is. We just got to run it. We got to run it 30, 40 times.
I'll say that because last year, if you remember toward the end of last year, he was unhappy even though they were winning.
Yeah.
And they were not getting the ball. I think winning the Super Bowl kind of keeps that down, and you're winning games without getting the ball. But I think as the year goes on, hey, bro, I want to, I can catch and score touchdowns too.
But also, guys,
as a quarterback, one of my favorite quarterbacks.
Yeah, but guys have incentives in their contract, so they're sending a sideline. What's happening with my money right now? I can't just stand here. I can't just come out the huddle and run my route, and I'm not getting the rock. So, you have guys saying different things, but they're thinking about where they're at. They're also thinking about the next contract negotiation. Because if your numbers don't look right, your money won't look right.
100%. 100%. And I respect that too. I respect that too. And it's like, that's where, at the end of the day, it's a game, but that's where the business comes into, right? because you want to win a ring, but you want your money too. You know what I'm saying? But like, you're not winning a ring unless you handing that ball off to Saquon Barkley. Period. There's no way you get into the Super Bowl without handing that ball off to him majority of the time. It's not happening.
I just think handing the ball to Saquon Barkley should open up the lane when the play action hits for Philly, the pass game would open up.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that's just hit yet, but we shall see.
We know Patrick Mahomes and KC is struggling, and they're going to
continue
to struggle.
I mean, but that team, you know what I mean? Like, your stars are, I don't want to say old, but I mean, Jason Kelsey is getting up in age. You know what I mean? Like, y'all had y'all reign. You know, I always said you never should have got rid of Tyreek Hill. You probably would have won another. Obviously, y'all won without him, but y'all would have won a few more with him, man, because he was just too deadly of a weapon. That tandem of what I would say the trio, because they had Kareem Hunt, but they do have back. They had Tyreek Hill, and then, you know, even at that time, you still had, I want to say, a little bit of a veteran in him, but he was seasoned. You know what I'm saying? Travis Kelce was already seasoned. You know what I mean? So, you know, y'all broke the team up. But they won like one more after that. They went to 2, right? But they won one more after that. You know, but you can see that Travis Kelce is just is not there. It's just not, like, you're losing his step. Even the running game is horrible. They have no other receivers.
Pacheco can't do anything.
No disrespect to Juju Smith-Schuster, but
he's old.
You know,
he's played.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So it's like, you're not really, even though how great Patrick Mahomes is, y'all, like I said, y'all play football. If your O-line is not where it needs to be, the running game is not where it needs to be, and he has no weapons, what do you expect him to do?
Yeah.
When all that lines up to me, it tells me he's going to get hurt at some point.
And I hope it's nothing that's like bad. I hope it's like a toe or something, but man.
Like, I don't believe that we're going to see Joe Burrow in 3 months. I don't believe that.
Nah, I wouldn't. I ain't gonna lie. I'll see y'all next year.
I don't believe that at all. We got to see what it is like.
Y'all need to do something. The Cincinnati Bengals need to do something about that O-line.
Now think about Chase. Ridiculous. Chase is probably thinking the same thing. This whole season,
his career is over with. Unless the backup is just that great.
Get him matched back with Justin Jefferson and a decent quarterback. Get him some. He got T. Higgins. Get him something. Yeah. So they put Burrow on IR today, which probably means they're gonna make some kind of quarterback play. But who do you bring in to?
Yeah, who's even the backup?
Jake Browning.
Yeah, but who? But you can. Are you gonna bring someone in and make them the starter, or make them start after 3 weeks, or how does that work? That season's just scrapped.
So who's in the worst position? The Bengals, the Chiefs, or the Dolphins?
The Dolphins is the worst position to me. Who you said?
I said the Bengals because I mean you truly have no quarterback.
But I mean, I just think everything that's done, they have no quarterback, but everything that's going on in Miami, there's something bad happening in Miami.
Oh yeah, it's over.
It's something. McDonald has to go. Tua has to go. There's just some bad. There's something going on there that people are not talking about in the public.
100%.
There's something happened. So that team is like almost imploding 2 weeks in.
Yeah.
When Tyreek said last year, I won't be back here, there was something going on there.
Right. Mm-hmm. And he should have left.
He should have.
He should have went back to Kansas City.
He tested the market and found out what was coming back to him, were people interested or what, but that Miami has a problem.
Yeah, for sure.
But I agree, Cincinnati is.
And Cincinnati's the worst.
There will be more teams added to that list.
Yeah, for sure. As the weeks go on. Yeah.
Because I don't know who is Minnesota's quarterback now that McCarthy's out.
I have no idea.
It's not Tyron. It's Carson Wentz.
Serviceable. I'll take that.
Yeah. He's.
I'll take that. Super Bowl champion. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Not Super Bowl champion. He's Super Bowl champion, but he got hurt right before the championship game. But
again, if he wouldn't have broke his leg that year.
Yeah, he did. They still was gonna win.
He's MVP.
100%.
So
he's serviceable. Carson Wentz is serviceable for sure.
He can play. So we'll see. It should be fantasy is rough. Watching these teams.
Y'all in fantasy teams? Y'all got
Yeah.
fantasy?
Yeah.
You got how many drafts y'all in? 1, 2, 3?
One.
What's y'all record? I'm 1-1 right now.
I'm 0-2.
I'm 1-1. We both lost to Imani. And I would have been 2-0 if I would have just started Jared Goff. This is where the homerisms. I'm not starting him against the Bears because I'm not going to root against the Bears like that.
But who did you start though?
Hurts.
Oh yeah,
it's still not bad though.
No.
I mean, Derrick Henry got 2
But I
points.
gotta be honest with you. If you got Jared Goff on the bench, like I said, it is what it is with the Midwest monsters, the Chicago Bears, right? It is what it is. The Packers and the Lions kill us every time, and you know that, bro. I understand you don't want to go against him, but it's like I got Jared Goff. He should have balled out against us.
Yeah, I know this. Okay, I realized that, and I had the debate that morning, and I chose to still be a fan.
Hey, I almost picked.
You would have won.
I almost picked Burrow as a quarterback in fantasy. I was a finger away from. So you never know.
No, I passed Burrow because my thing is because I'm in a family league and I drafted Penix, right? Because I try to draft one. I feel like at that particular time, I think I drafted him in like 7th, 8th round. I feel like I always try to draft quarterbacks that I know are true pocket quarterbacks because I want you to throw yards and touchdowns, and quarterbacks that have a good O-line, so you actually have time to throw and you have serviceable weapons. You know what I'm saying? So.
It's good. We're just in an era though. We look at the NBA. We talked about this before, like and NFL, but like who's embracing greatness? We don't know. We don't even know if these players. When you get past Mahomes, there's a lot of people fishing for stuff. Hurts has done a great job of representing himself, but what's going to happen next? And same way in the NBA.
Mean, there's other great players. Like Lamar is great.
Oh yeah,
Josh.
But he just hasn't won a Super Bowl. So you could have 3-4 MVPs. At some point, you got to win a Super Bowl. Josh Allen is a very good quarterback. At some point, you have to win a Super Bowl to be remembered. So hopefully one of these guys get that. I would really hope Lamar Jackson gets that this year.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think that applies to every sport or mostly just football?
Every sport.
So you feel like players that don't have rings, right? I think to me, right, when I think about that, I think about basketball, right? Because I think there's tons of players that didn't win rings that I would put over, that are top 5 that against people that do have rings, right? Like Charles Barkley is probably top 5 power forward of all time, I would say, right? Doesn't have a ring, right? But you're a top 5 player of all time. No matter where you want to put him in the top 5, I think you have to put Charles Barkley in top 5, right?
I would put Charles Barkley top power forward. I wouldn't put Charles Barkley in my top 5 all time.
But I mean, in his position, he's a top 5.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean? So I feel like out of all the power forwards that have ever played, if you are top 5 in that position of all time at this particular point, even though you don't have a ring, it doesn't take away from the greatness.
Just look at the top 75 in basketball, right?
Yeah.
Allen Iverson is ranked higher than Scottie Pippen. And Scottie Pippen got 6 rings.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you're going down 2 different roads. So Scottie Pippen was a contributor. Allen Iverson, wherever he played, was the main go-to guy. So you're going down 2 different roads.
Maybe not in Denver, but the other 2 teams, yeah.
Scottie was just a little bit less important than Mike was. Because Mike didn't win until Scottie got there. He needed Scottie to win too. They needed that tandem.
I think it was more than Scottie, but it's a lot. I think
it's just like last year talking about Jay Will. Jay Will is a great player, but he's not driving the bus.
You talking about Jalen Williams?
Yeah.
No, of course not. He's not that.
He
you put him on another team. If you do what
like,
they did to Jordan Poole, he's not. It's going to be what Jordan Poole is. Like, you're not going to be a superstar. You're just going to be another, fair player. You know, and I would kind of say Jordan Poole kind of dropped off a little bit after trying to be, you know what I'm saying, the quote unquote the man.
Oh yeah.
You know, some people got to stay in their positions, stay their role. You know, the reason why you're able to drop 40 in the finals is because the attention's really on Shea.
Exactly.
So Shea and Chet, I would say.
I think this is the biggest season for Jaylen Brown to prove you're not a Robin.
He's not though.
I don't know if that's going to work out. I don't know how that's going to work out.
He's not a Robin though. He's the main guy. What are you talking about?
Who, Jaylen Brown?
Yeah, the Finals MVP. You have a Finals MVP, don't you?
I understand that, and I see where you're coming from. But I'm telling you, in Connecticut, Boston, Massachusetts, Jason Tatum's team. Jason Tatum is the guy. This is the year that he gets to prove that he's the guy. That final
when they lost the finals, he was the one that showed up.
I understand that. I watched it. I feel you. But for the general public, this is Jason Tatum's team. Jason Tatum's the guy. He is 1A, and you're not 1B. You won. You know, there were times last year where they were saying that Derek White was more important than Jaylen Brown.
That's disrespectful.
All right.
I definitely say there's a disrespect for Jaylen Brown for whatever that reason is. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of we know. Well, we can speculate. You know, allegedly.
Why do you think it is?
Because he's his own person. Same reason why people don't like Kyrie. He's gonna speak his mind, stand on what he believes in.
Well, there's a lot of people that are their own people and people don't like.
And he not gonna take your money. He gonna like this whole Nike thing with him, Nike and the Olympics. That's a real rift in the people didn't like, and that people in basketball don't like. Well, they've been ripping Jaylen Brown since the year Kyrie came back when he was hurt. Right?
Do you see Jaylen Brown leading that team?
He has to.
Do you see that?
Yeah, I can see him leading. He's phenomenally talented. He's talented enough to be the 1A, but I think this is the year where he has to prove it because there's so many doubters, so many naysayers. You know, like I see it. I see how important he was in the finals both times. Right? I see how, but we also know he can't go left. That left hand is not a thing. Trying to dribble with his left and go left. But this is
I don't see him doing it.
You haven't been a leader?
I don't see him leading a team 82 games a season. No.
I think if they are fifth seed, that is a success. That is a successfully led team.
Oh, that's a phenomenal year. They're fifth seed. Yeah.
If they don't in the East, I can see that.
If they're not in the play-in, right? They avoid the play-in. They get the fifth seed, led by Jaylen Brown. Because nowhere in my mind do I think their coach has it in him to tank. I don't think Missoula.
I can see that
thought process is going to be to tank for a draft pick.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see he's maniacal. Right? Yeah. I just don't see that.
All eyes on Boston. It's going to be interesting to see.
But as I think
very.
As important as Paulo was to get them to a fifth seed last year and kind of solidify stuff as the man and a person that can win around, I think if Brown does that, it's going to be more beneficial for the Celtics going forward when Tatum comes back.
Mm-hmm.
And I think second year after Tatum comes back, you're going to have a problem with we can't play together if he does it. If he fails, he kind of falls back in the Scottie Pippen role. But if he succeeds, I think you're going to have a problem 2 years out from this Jason Tatum injury where who team is it? My team, your team?
Well, we're going to find out. Coming back
I was just going to say, I think we need to see who Tatum is going to be after this injury, how his game is going to be adjusted, what he can and cannot do. Might come back stronger, might become a better shooter. It could be, but I think at the end of the day, I get what you're saying in Connecticut and Boston and all that. But I think at the end of the day, anybody that knows basketball knows that that is Jaylen Brown's team. It's the reason why you got the Finals MVP. The reason why they lost the first ring was because of Tatum. It was not because of Jaylen Brown. So anybody that knows basketball knows that.
I understand all that.
Steph Curry got super lucky.
That's no luck.
Super lucky.
No luck, bro.
So okay,
Steph Curry went crazy. I'll give you that. I'm not gonna hold you. Steph Curry.
Can we dive into this Pablo Torre story with Kawhi Leonard? Because I'm curious to what your thoughts.
What story?
With the no-show endorsement deal.
Oh, the 25. They're trying to hide 25. Was it 25 million or 28 million or something like that?
28 million.
Fraud company or something like
that.
I mean, you know. When you playing, I feel like this, right? Is you know, I don't know the true inner workings of everything, right? Obviously, I just know what I've heard on the media. I don't know what's true, what's not true. You know, I haven't heard too much more on ESPN about it. You know what I'm saying?
You're not gonna hear from ESPN. That's the thing. You won't hear the story from ESPN.
That's why Pablo Torres broke.
Pablo Torres doing it. ESPN ain't gonna say nothing about the story.
Well, when I saw it was on First Take, and Stephen A. Smith was talking about the whole thing with Kawhi.
What did he say? I'm
paraphrasing, but he was pretty much saying like it doesn't surprise him. Obviously, it's going to be an investigation. You know, his whole big thing is that Kawhi is the what is his name? You know, he takes so many days off.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? As far as him being a superior talent and being a superstar, that majority of his time in the NBA, he's been hurt. He's been like stealing money. You know what I mean? That's what he says.
So,
but that's when I heard about it was on First Take.
So what they have the documents, all the legal documents from the court filings and the bankruptcy filings. And so two things that are damning to me in the contract, there was he has to plant trees and do a couple of endorsements, do a couple of tweets, things like that, right? But in the contract, there was if he's not a Clipper, even if the Clipper is paying him, still paying him, he goes to another team. If he's not a Clipper, they can terminate the contract. So that's one big red flag, in my opinion. Two, somebody on the Clippers, when he didn't receive a payment for like $1.8 million. Somebody on the Clippers put $1.99 million to this company and said it was to keep their daughter, to keep their job.
And that was another owner that did that.
Another owner of the Clippers, and he played the rest of the season. So that's why I say those are two very, very damning things. If we just look at on paper, on surface, what is in the legal documents without even digging deeper and stuff. And there's a lot more to it. And it's going to come down to how much Ballmer can prove what he didn't know versus what they can prove where his money went. And the emails come out. Because like their emails with them saying Ballmer's willing to do whatever for us, and they're linking them with Intuit people and linking them with other people for business deals, and then the company bellies up. And the main reason why this got out is because Uncle Dennis didn't get paid and started making a fuss, and then the company went bankrupt.
I didn't know about Uncle Dennis before this.
Yeah.
I didn't know how he got down or what he was doing.
But I believe this happens way more than I think it's a regular day occurrence.
Yeah.
Like you watched the Give It a Reader show?
And that's what I was kind of like getting to a little bit earlier when I was kind of like, you know, I feel like when you dealing with big business, they find ways to cut corners, right?
Yeah. So Give It a Reader has said on this show he was going to Golden State, and the money was different. And they was like, oh yeah, we'll make that up with a couple houses, a couple cars, a couple of this and that, couple of that, right? So like I think this goes on way more around, and supposedly the NBA already investigated this because this all kind of happened, coincided with Kawhi asking the Raptors for a $15 million no show endorsement for somebody to stay with the Raptors doing his free agency. Like this is supposed to already been investigated by Adam Silver.
Yeah.
Team. And I can see them sweeping it under the ground because Adam Silver's a player's coach. I mean, he's a player's, you know.
You don't see draft picks being taken or anything happening?
Oh, I definitely see now. Yeah, I definitely see now. But if the original investigation, this goes on everywhere. Nobody in the public knows on it. It's a deal. It's like anything, right? You know, you see fake deals done in the hobby and put on. Nobody knows they're fake, but the people are going through it. Now, if nobody knows it, there's no need for me to come out and say something publicly about it, right? We just gonna keep it between us. You know, although he probably investigated, all the owners telling him about it, it's like, all right, well, you doing the same thing, you doing the same thing. You're just not gonna say nothing about it. So everybody else
I just wonder when this came out, why did Ballmer do the interview on ESPN? It just didn't make sense. Like I don't. He looked like he knew more than what he was talking about.
But I'm really curious now as to how KD ended up in Golden State now. Because back when he was getting recruited, it was all about, you know, being close to tech and being close to the wine area and the tech area, things he's interested to. I'm really wondering how those meetings went and what was promised and not promised.
So you don't think KD just wanted to run with greatness?
I'm sure. I think
it was part of that as well too. I think at that particular time it probably was a good atmosphere, you know, especially where he was coming from. You know what I'm saying? But John, to your part as well too, potentially was some underlying deals,
right?
You know, so but like I said, you know, you're dealing with billions. You're dealing with billions. Any way they can find a way to reward a luxury tax or paying any tax, you know, I understand it. You know, I don't think it's
why
anything.
People say they want to go to LA, right? Why do people want to go to play for the Lakers? Because all the off the court stuff that's available to you in LA, right? Mm-hmm. So again, you don't get these connections by yourself just because you know somebody's got to introduce you to this person and get the introduction going, right? As well.
Through that. Mike, do you watch the WNBA basketball?
No, I do not. I do not watch WNBA.
I'll ask you some Caitlin Clark questions.
I mean, I would say this. I watch certain players. Like I'm obviously into the Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese's story. I do like Aja Wilson. That is somebody that I follow. I think she's a beast. She doesn't really get talked about that much compared to like Caitlin Clark or Angel. You know, but what's the question?
Oh, just Caitlin Clark and Paige. Like when you look at them, what do you see?
I haven't really saw Paige play. I think Caitlin is a good player. You know, I mean, obviously she has room to grow. She's got some development. You know, obviously as far as shooting, that's her strong suit. But I think what is she, a 2-guard or a 1-guard?
She's played the point.
So like I haven't necessarily watched any games, but I mean I did watch some college games when she was in Iowa, but I mean I think she's a young great talent, you know what I mean? But they obviously have to grow. They got room to grow for sure. Like I was expecting so much more out of Angel Reese coming out of LSU, what she's doing now. I think the season over right now. I think it's like in playoffs now, right?
Season over.
Yeah. So I just saw the Aces just won. Was it last night?
Yeah, they won like 17 straight.
Yeah, like I said, I follow Asia. Like you know what I'm saying. I follow Asia, so I'm more so up on like the Aces. The Aces or whatever.
Yeah.
But
I'll tell you what. One thing I love about Asia this year, they got blew out by 52 to Minnesota, and Minnesota was in the finals last year. And Angel came to the locker room and said, "If you're not embarrassed, don't show up to practice tomorrow because we don't need you."
Mm-hmm.
And they ripped 16 straight after that.
Yeah.
Got from an 8 seed to a 2 seed.
To a 2 seed. Yeah. That's leadership.
Yeah.
Like, don't even show up because I don't even want to play with you. You're not embarrassed as I am. I don't even want to play with you tomorrow. And they came together.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't take a team players only meeting to happen. Coaches and GMs had to get into it. It was, listen, this is the standard, and we just look like shit, and this is not how we're gonna do this.
Right.
I don't know if the public, when you hear players only meeting, I don't know if the public looks at that and think, "Oh man, they're getting stuff done."
No,
It kind of means that all things are pretty fucked up right now.
Exactly.
Everything in this building is a problem, and probably some of these coaches we actually step out part of the problem.
Right.
So, anytime you have that, it's other chaos going on, and you got to try to find a solution quickly amongst those who touch a ball, run a route, call for it in the post, whatever it may be. That Mike Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, my fault. Sorry.
Do you see him taking a step this year, Ant-Man?
As far as what? As far as his play, or as far as him like being the Yeah, I see. I mean, I feel like I think we saw a new level of his greatness last year. His shooting has elevated so much from his rookie year, the second year in the league. I want to see him be more of a playmaker. It's not always about scoring. Like if he can average anywhere between 20 and 25 points and maybe give you almost 10 assists a game, which I believe they have the roster for that because he's surrounded by people that can score on multiple levels. I think when it comes to basketball, to me, it's always three levels. It's the paint, mid-range, and outside. And they have multiple players that can do that. But, Mike Conley, I think, just retired too, didn't he?
If he did, he needs to.
You know what I mean? I know they got Dillingham. I don't know if I really see him being a point guard. So it's like, I think Ant-Man really should be taking over that playmaker role. I think at this point, it doesn't always have to all be him when it comes to the scoring, but you could facilitate, bro. Like you should already be averaging 7-8 assists, bro. You got Jalen Randall on your team, bro. Like that's the boy's a guaranteed bucket. They need to learn how to play together. Yes, they are a good fit because Randall low key can just pay. He can play to his back to the basket. He can play down low. They don't have to necessarily play in the same realm because I think at the end of the day, what we saw last year with Ant-Man is that he wants to take that shot. You know what I'm saying? Like he wants to take that three. He wants to take that mid range. He wants to shake and bake and pull up on you. He doesn't necessarily want to always dunk all the time. That's what I saw last year is that I feel like he eased up a little. Even though he had some crazy dunks, he eased up on the dunks that was selling for a lot of jump shots, and he was smacking them. I think he was shooting like 40% from the three. You know what I'm saying?
My only concern with them playing together is because he can play back to the basket, right? Mm-hmm. That's where Julius Randle.
That's his bread and butter.
But you see in New York, you see in last year, he's back out to that 3-point range and want to shoot, and don't want to go to a post a lot when you can get an easy bucket because Zion Williams both are built in that Z-Bo Felton, the Z-Bo body style, where if you just back to the basket a couple times a quarter, you can punish somebody.
The only thing I would say, I don't mean to cut you off. The only thing I would say is that I would say maybe more so Julius compared to Zion because of the height differential. Because Z-Bo, that makes a difference, bro. Like, let's just keep it real, right? Bro is 6'4", maybe 6'3.5", 6'4". You know what I'm saying? Like, Z-Bo 6'9", 6'10", 6'11". You know what I mean? That's a huge difference. And then same thing with Julius. Julius like 6'9", 6'10". You know what I mean? So I can say they're a little bit compared a little bit better. But the man can shoot.
Body build.
Yeah, I feel you.
Stocky, wide shoulder, where you can back up and clear out somebody clean with a spin, with one spin, half spin. You clear somebody out.
I feel you.
That's why. But I think getting DiVincenzo was a great get for them in Minnesota. Somebody that's going to play defense and be hyperactive and doesn't hit the ball on offense.
Yeah.
So
and then having Reed too, like Reed is a jackknife. You know what I mean? Like he does everything on both sides of the ball. You know what I mean? Like I just think Ant-Man needs to learn to be a distributor a little bit more than just a scorer. You know what I mean? Like you really should be averaging, like I said, really like 21, 22. You should be giving me almost 10 assists a game. Because I feel like that's the only way they're going to win. You're not going to win when Ant-Man going 100 miles an hour because you're going to get tired in a 7-game series, which you saw this year. You saw it last year. Like you got to learn how to pace the game and make it easy. You understand what I'm saying? But that's coaching too.
Rudy Gobert
That's coaching too.
Yeah, because Rudy Gobert is on offense key, but he's the key for them right now on offense, right? How do you get him? Yeah, because how do you get him easy shots when people have to defend him? How do you get him easy? He's the tallest person, and he can't shoot like that. He's not a perimeter player. So how do you get him to pick and roll plays, get him diving to the rim for easy basket? Right, he's not just a post player. So how do you
I can
get
say
him
is doing pick and rolls, and he got to roll down to the basket, and y'all doing alley oops, you know, on some James Harden, Clint Capella type when they was in Houston. You know, me personally, I think Clint just had a little bit more bounce than Rudy. I think Rudy's just tall. You know what I'm saying? Like Clint really had bounce at 7 feet tall. But I mean, I think Rudy Gobert needs to leave. I think y'all need to get what y'all can get for him. You need to do a blockbuster deal and get rid of him. Get maybe 1 or 2 centers that are either, you know, truly big centers or they're defensive stoppers. You feel what I'm saying?
Like Mitchell Robinson would be a good compliment.
That would be cool. Like I know he's already on the team, but Isaiah Hayestein, whatever you say his name, he would be a good fit. He would be a tremendous fit for them. You know, I know Zubac, he's not going nowhere. He'd be a tremendous fit for them. There's so many other players center wise that would be a tremendous fit. You know, even I know he's not. He just got to the Lakers, but what's his name? DeAndre Ayton. He would have been a great fit. You know what I'm saying? The Bulls center, Vucevic, he would be a great fit.
Yeah, because he can.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's there's so many other quality big men that they can get probably for Rudy Gobert if they just got to do a big package for him.
I got a question.
What's up?
What are your thoughts on Patrick Williams?
Say that one more time.
Patrick Williams.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on him?
At the end of the day, you're not the answer, right? I think you're a serviceable player. You're a role guy on a horrible team, so you start. You understand what I'm saying? But you're not the answer. Same thing I feel about Ayo. Same thing I feel about Kobe White. Now Mateus, however you say his name, Mateus.
Yeah, Mateus. But
I said something.
Kobe White, that's my piece. That's my piece.
Big Jon loves Kobe White.
I love Kobe White's game.
No disrespect. No disrespect.
No, I love how you package the bad news. I love how you package the bad news.
I'm just saying, no disrespect. No disrespect.
No, none taken.
But bro,
we actually any other team,
on any other team, you're coming off the bench, bro.
He's a 6-man. Any other team is 6-man.
You really 7th, 8th.
Yeah, I'm not saying
the Lakers.
I'm just saying that's my boy.
I feel that shit. No disrespect. He didn't have big games for the Bulls. No disrespect at all. But I mean, we obviously know the Bulls are in unfortunately, they are in another rebuild phase, right?
Yeah.
I do like Mateus, or however you say his name. I think it's Mateus, right?
Mateus.
I do like him, but even with him, I still feel you're a 2. You could be potentially a 2. I didn't see him being a superstar in his rookie year.
No.
But he's got heart, though. He's got heart, he's got skill, and he's got size.
When it comes to the Bulls, I agree. Like Kobe White has the biggest potential on that team because he can if you give him the reins, he's proven he can go. He can average 25 more and get everybody in there. If you saddle him down and tell him not to do it, he won't do it. He's going to do whatever you tell him to do. But he can be consistent. I just don't think the way the team is set up to win in the next 10 years, right?
Not at all.
Not
at all.
Eddie, Kobe White, same type of player. Brazil, like Vucevic, Patrick Williams. I'll tell you why I bottom both of them. I've seen too many games where they go halves without a rebound. Collectively, they go halves collectively without a rebound in several games, several stretches of games. Neither one of your forwards, center, has a rebound in a half. How does that happen? And Billy Donovan is
That's great.
That's
grit. You getting rebounds and stuff like that, defensive, offensive rebound. It's just grit. Somebody's outworking you.
Billy Donovan can't coach stars.
No, he can't coach nobody.
He can coach college kids. He can get the college kids. He got OKC to a point where they needed a coach just to come and coach a superstar, right? He can get them to the fundamentals to learn how to play basketball together as a team and be greater than the sum. But when he cannot get them over the AC hump though.
Right.
And you can't give him you can name any star. You can't give him any star and coach. I don't care who you name.
Yeah. And also too GM too. Like I said, the Bulls are so you literally let DeMar DeRozan and you let Zach LaVine just walk away for nothing. You got nothing. And
you gave what's his name? With OKC? Alex Caruso away.
Alex Caruso for nothing.
It was nothing.
For nothing. So it's like that's GM as well too. I got to get some draft picks, some players. You got to get something. Especially at least for DeMar DeRozan.
And then Lonzo left. Got nothing for Lonzo. Lonzo went to Cleveland.
Nothing. And see,
there's no way in the world if Desmond Bain is worth 3 first-rounders that you get nothing for all those players. You get no draft picks on all those players.
Nothing. Chicago, when it comes to sports, like I said, it's the Cubbies, man. It's the Cubbies.
So Carr asked a question about Zion. We might as well double down on that and also ask about LaMelo.
No.
They play the same amount of games. Well, what do both of them do?
There you go.
I mean, it's still true.
It's every week.
It's still true. Well, what do both of those players do? Because they're entering. Zion came out in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And Melo came out in 2020. What do those two players need to do to be available?
I think Zion. I think obviously the whole weight thing is an issue for him. Like you said, bro, you 260, 70, 80 pounds. I don't know how much he weighs, but he's heavy at 6'4", exploding like that. It's like we all saw Derrick Rose, right? Like anybody knows when it comes to basketball, you can name me almost any player that is super explosive, maybe besides Vince Carter. Everyone has gotten hurt. Everyone has had knee problems, hamstring issues. Yeah. Every single, from Charles Barkley to Derrick Rose to D Wade to Tracy McGrady to Anthony Hardaway, Dominique Wilkins,
Grant Hill.
Feels good.
You know what I'm saying? It feels because it is crazy to see certain people just fly through the air. And y'all know when it comes, even when it's football, you see people that are just so fast. Somebody be 6'8", 380 pounds, and this man is running a 4.2, 4.3. Like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's the same thing with basketball. You see somebody 6'4", and this boy is just taking off, flying through the air. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like you said, it's showtime. It's what everybody comes to watch basketball, right? That's what makes basketball exciting. It's the high flyers. right? And the competitiveness, right? But mostly the high flyer. That's why Jordan was so big. It's because the way he just flew Air Jordan. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I think for LaMelo, bro, you gotta get stronger. You gotta start lifting weights. As y'all know, as football players, you lift weights not to get injured. You understand what I'm saying? You gotta lift weights. Like if you were Jello's body, you know what I'm saying? You'd probably be less injury prone. But it's the same.
You think Melo is not lifting weights?
Nah, I don't think he lifting weights like that. I mean, look at him from when he was a rookie
No,
to
we
now,
agree.
bro. He don't
I
really
agree with
look,
I agree.
But I will say this, since you got his hat on, y'all see that hat?
Mhm.
Go ahead.
That boy, the first 5 years of his career had the same problems.
But what happened after that?
I
My
feel
man
you.
got busy.
But we on year 5.
Okay.
So let my man.
But he's only played 2 seasons in those 5.
I feel you. Your boy only played 3 seasons too.
No.
You want to say
So
my
he
problem
didn't
with
break his ankles
LaMelo
twice.
Yeah, but he still played like 70 games in those seasons.
Come on, I'm gonna have to go back and look at the stats and see
I don't know.
what point in the year that he broke his ankles. But I know he broke his ankles 2 separate seasons.
Big Jon might pull it up. He played significant. He's never been LaMelo.
I'm not saying he's mellow. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying they're having the same issues, right? So Curry, as you can tell, has definitely gotten bigger. He's gotten stronger.
Yeah.
And I'm saying Melo needs to do the same thing. He's got to start working out.
Let's hope Melo has that work ethic to do that.
Yeah, I give you that.
My problem with Melo is that I don't think he's ever going to mature.
What you mean? What you mean? I mean, he's
Yeah,
still a kid.
Right. Well, that's what I mean. He's still a kid, but since we got to see him in the public eye grow up, I haven't seen him take advice or constructive criticism seriously, whether it's from his dad or from his coaches.
Okay, give me an example.
So, what's year 2 when he wasn't listening to the coaches and not playing defense, and the coaches basically said, "I can't get him to play defense," and
He's
coach
never
got fired.
played defense.
Right,
but he's never played defense.
He's not right, but you don't attempt and try, and like even his dad, you seen clips when he was playing in Australia, if his dad telling him to take it serious and do this, like because we've seen him in the public eye, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I will give grace for that. You just I haven't seen where he's taken the advice and applied it in the basketball game. And he's supremely talented.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's because he's so talented that you ever play with somebody that was just so above the level he was playing was for so long that didn't give it his all when he got to real competition? That's what he kind of reminds a person like that. Like you've been the best for so long playing against lesser competition that you still think you can give that same effort when you're playing against better competition. And he has spurts of just spectacularness.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Then he has spurts of what the hell is he doing?
And I give you that too. I think the team. I agree to disagree on that one, but I think it's also the team though too, bro. Like Melo, I think truly is a playmaker that can score. But it's the same thing with Zion. It's like, bro, they don't have a team. Like, you are not, in the 5 years that Melo has been there, Brandon Miller will see what he has to be, but then you got hurt. It's like, y'all are not putting the necessary pieces for certain players to be successful. Look at the Hawks. The Hawks ain't really put nobody around Trae Young for him to be successful.
I think that's because they secretly want to get Trae Young out of town.
I would hope not. I don't know who you're going to replace him with because I don't see nobody ever in the draft coming up that's like, I know Cooper Flagg was this year, but is anybody else in the draft that y'all feel like I picked up that it's like he's a superstar?
No, but I think Atlanta hasn't won or done much in the last 40 years. So, and I think the owners know that we can have less salary going out and go into a rebuilding phase and not really have a guy around that we may need to pay who's shooting 40-some% from the field, 30-some% from the three, and doesn't play much defense. There's nothing you're gonna build on top of that. Like, why would I bring talent here? He's not going to facilitate that. He's not the point guard for that. That's not what he does.
I'll give you on that, but I think it's right. I think okay, let's say we'll take Steph Curry the same, right? And I don't want to keep going back to Steph, right? Steph, before this last ring, was not known for playing defense, right?
I wouldn't agree.
We agree?
I wouldn't agree. He's never been a Trae Young defensive player. I've never seen that.
He's been a liability. That's what I'm trying to say.
But we're talking about Trae Young, Mike.
I agree.
But this is. I'm just trying to give you the good parents, right? But
I agree he's been picked on.
But as far as the Warriors, they put other defensive minded players around Steph.
Oh yeah, they do that
to help him, which I'm saying they have not done for Trae. Like Iguodala was a defensive player. Draymond is a defensive player. Klay Thompson, before his injury, was a defensive player. Wiggy was a defensive player.
Barnes.
You understand what I'm saying? Barnes. Sean Livingston was locking up.
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying? So you have you can have your point guard be a liability when all the other four positions are locked down. You feel me? But they knew that.
But if you would, would you build around Trae Young?
Yes.
See, I would not. I'll get him out of town.
We can agree to disagree, but I feel like I have a star in Trae Young. Trae Young is a star. He's a star. I need to get him a big man where he can pick and roll, where he can either float or he can dump it off, and I need to get him a solid 2 or a solid 3 guard that can create their own shot and can create a shot for my point guard where he doesn't have to take the ball up all the time, like Steph Curry is not taking that ball up. Draymond is taking the ball up. That's what I'm trying to say.
Sometimes.
So I will say this, right?
Sometimes.
I don't think you can't say Steph Curry is a liability. Steph Curry has
defensively.
But Steph Curry has never not given effort on the defensive end. And I think
in the playoffs we saw Trae Young chilling.
I saw your boy lose a ring for lack of defensive pressure. That's what I saw.
So when Kyrie shot on him?
Yeah, go ahead and switch off because you know the boy a liability. That's what Bron said. He said, "Hey, we're gonna do the switch because I know he can't guard."
But he still gave effort. You know what I'm saying? I didn't say he was still hand up in his face on it. He gave effort. I said you never. Okay. Trae Young at a lot of times doesn't give effort on the defensive end.
That last playoff run with I get what you're saying, right? That last playoff run last year, he just looked at him. Mm-hmm. I give you that. He just I forgot who took that shot.
And that's all.
It was a kid that came from Sacramento. That was with Miami.
Mitchell.
I know you're talking about. Davion Mitchell. Yep.
Davion Mitchell, who's a tremendous defensive player. Tremendous defensive player.
He is
100%.
And that Kyrie shot is one of the greatest shots in basketball.
Yeah, it's a great shot.
Like, you're going against a defender. You're going against a defender that's not his strong suit.
Regardless, that was one of the greatest shots in basketball.
I give you that.
That was.
They both could. Neither team could score for like 4 or 5 minutes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That was a.
That's a great shot, man.
That's a great shot. I don't even take points away from LeBron for not taking the shot. That was a great shot. So
I would rather hit the hands being Kyrie at the end of the game. All respect to LeBron. If it's LeBron and Kyrie on the floor, I'd rather the ball be in Kyrie's hands the last few seconds of the game.
Yeah, I mean we know why. Yeah, everybody. Yeah.
So, I mean, LeBron made the right play, right? Like, I already knew he was going to switch off. I knew he wasn't going to be able to guard you. I know you're going to work him.
Yeah. It was the right play.
He's a liability. Kyrie's not hitting that shot on nobody else on that team.
I don't know about that.
He's hitting that shot on Klay?
Yeah.
Boy, stop. He is not hitting that shot on Klay Thompson. He's not hitting that shot on Draymond. They blocking that.
What?
We'll never know, but we do know he hit it on Steph Curry because he's a liability.
Let's talk about Draymond for a moment, right? Because I don't think Draymond gets enough credit for what he does in that offense in a basketball game.
100%, because anywhere else he's off the bench.
Anywhere else he may not be playing.
Like Mike would say, we have to agree to disagree. I don't know
because
any other team, he's coming off the bench.
No other team has that system where your point guard is running around. But the way in Houston,
we're talking about the second greatest point forward of all time. That's who we're talking about right now. Let's get a foundation of who we're talking about. The second greatest point forward. Go ahead.
Okay.
So he's better than Scottie?
Can we go back to real land and not the Lulu land?
I was gonna put LeBron one. I was gonna put Bron one.
Nah.
Again, Mike, can we go to real land and not the Lulu land?
I'm over. John, talk to me, John. Talk to me, John.
But if you look at that Houston series, right, the way he knew exactly what Sagoon was going to do. He got out the game 7 minutes sitting down, came in for the last play, and knew exactly. They ran the same play with Sagoon 8 plays in a row. High up, he gets the ball from the high over the free throw line, 2 dribbles, spin, gets to the room, and stopped it, right? Just coming in, game on the line, 5 fouls, and stonewalling them because you just watched and knew exactly what he's going to do, right? But on that offense, one of the reasons why they are not winning as much as they should have won because he doesn't take the shots when he's open in the middle and top of the key, and he doesn't make enough of them for people to respect it. But Draymond, right? Yeah. Because his ability to take the ball up, to be at the 3-point line. Everybody sacks off because they're chasing Curry. Again, it's always a better percentage to give Curry the ball for the shot than you, but you have to take that shot to make people respect the fact that you would take that shot.
You have to make that shot for people to respect it.
He can make the shot.
No. You have to make it on a consistent basis. You have to be a threat.
But if you don't
were a threat from the 3, nobody would leave you open.
But again, I can live with if you shoot this shot 5. If I give you this shot 30 times in the game, and you only shoot it 5, and you make it once or twice, I can live with that because you only shot it 5 times when I give it to you. If he takes and makes a couple more, that offense, and that's a lot of reason why without Kevin Durant, the offense stalls because he doesn't take the shot that's there and make that shot. If he takes and makes it, frees up Curry a lot more.
So that offense
early in his career, he took it and he made it. When they were battling against Bron and the Cavs, he took that shot and he made it. And as he's gotten older, he stopped taking that shot and has made that shot less.
But that total offense runs off of shooting, scoring, small forward.
Yeah, that is the position.
That's why they have problems. They don't have that. But Draymond did the same thing in 2022 versus the Joker. I mean, he caused the Joker all kind of problems in that series.
He did.
This is what he does.
Sorry, they got Jimmy Butler, so they're gonna win the championship because they got my favorite player. That's all.
I don't know about that, but yeah.
Yeah. Again, fandom. That's my favorite player. He's winning it, and that's all.
OKC. I mean, people gotta walk through OKC, see what's going on.
Yeah,
I think people are really underestimating them boys over there in Denver, man. Trying to tell you.
They have a squad.
KD in Houston. Are we not thinking about KD in Houston?
Trash. Nothing. Don't even have nothing to expect. Nothing to see here, people.
Well, I mean, there was nothing to see there last year, right?
They kept everybody that was important to success and added KD.
That doesn't make them better.
Well, you were successful because you had Jalen Green and you had a man. Now, will you guys get buckets? Yes. I don't see you guys being number 1 seed again. No. I don't necessarily see that. Will you guys get to the playoffs? I see that. But I don't see you being a true contender. It's not like, oh, you got KD. Oh yeah, y'all going straight to you going to the Western Conference Finals. I don't see that. I don't think that team is truly built to get through Denver. I don't think it's really built. Even if we're talking about a 7-game series with the Warriors, I'm not the biggest fans of the Warriors, but I don't really see you getting through that. You know what I mean? Even the Lakers. I feel like the Lakers being a little bit of a showstopper for you as well too. You know, and then you still talk about OKC.
Lakers are a tall team. So
They are a big team. They're huge.
My concern with Houston is that Amon Thompson doesn't develop the superstar that he's supposed to be.
I don't think he was a superstar to begin with.
No, he's not a superstar.
You're a great player. He's going to be a great player, but I don't think you're going to be a superstar. I don't think you're truly a superstar. There's no more guard. You're not going anywhere with a point guard superstar. The Memphis Grizzlies are going nowhere with Ja, even though he's a superstar.
You think Ja's
not a point guard, right? Isn't he a 3?
Who, Ja?
No, it's Amon Thompson. Isn't he a 3?
Man is what, a 2? He's a 2, right?
2, 3. Yeah. They rotate him.
He still needs to. Like, I think he's so long. His game reminds me of a young Giannis, and I think if he learns how to shoot,
you said a young Giannis.
Yeah, because it's all downhill. His game is all downhill in defense, right?
It's all athleticism.
Yeah. You're right. It's all athleticism. If he learned, I don't think adding Kevin Durant, he learns how to shoot. Better.
I would hope he would learn how to shoot a little bit better with KD on his team.
Yeah, he not know how to shoot, but like in the game, in the high pressure moments when it counts, I don't think he gets that experience anymore.
Well, no, you're not going to get that with KD. Maybe here and there, if KD trusts you, maybe here and there, but you're not getting that with KD. That's a real superstar.
Yeah,
like Jalen Green's not a real superstar, right? Because you could say Jalen's 1B or 1A, or you could say the same thing about a Mint, right? You can go back and forth, whoever was 1B, 1A, right? But we know who was 1A on this team now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
we'll
see.
Team Sagoon.
Mike, you think Ja's a superstar?
Yeah. Ja's a super. Don't do that. Ja's a superstar.
I don't think so.
Ja is a superstar, but you're not getting anywhere.
But if KD what? Ja's a superstar. KD is a superstar.
Yeah, KD is a generational talent. He's a superstar. Yes.
Yeah.
But Ja is a superstar. I'm not going to do Ja Morant is a superstar. He's a game changer. Okay. He's a game changer, right?
You know, John won nothing ever since he said he was good in the West.
I give you on that. That doesn't take away he's not a superstar.
I give him the all right award. He's all right.
All right. What?
He's all right.
You gotta understand, FD had his definition of greatness kind of changes depending on who you're talking about.
Pretty bona fide. My definition of greatness is pretty bona fide. There's no question on who's great.
So somebody averaging 25 points a game is not great in the NBA?
What does he shoot from?
Not a superstar?
Is it everybody in this
What does he shoot from the 3? Everybody in the NBA averages 25.
Wait. I think I need to look up and see how many people are averaging over 25 points a game.
No. You said over 20 because y'all doesn't average over 25.
I said 25. I mean, not this last. I don't think this last season he averaged 25. I think it was averaging. I think he averaged like 23, 24.
Okay, that's a lot of people in the NBA doing that. There's people that do that.
There's not a lot of people, bro. Y'all need to see how many people are averaging. Look how many people are averaging over 20 points a game. There's not a lot.
Look at what he shoots from the 3 and what he shoots from the free throw line.
He shot 45. I'm looking right now. He shot 45% from the field last season.
What did he shoot from 3? And what did he shoot from the free throw line? He's not a superstar.
From the 3, 30%. Horrible.
Yeah, that's not good.
And he shot 82% from the free throw. That's fair.
Okay.
That's fair. But let me say this. He was 23 points last year. The year before, 25. The year before, 26. The year before, 28. The year before, and second year, 19. That's a superstar, bro.
How many games he play?
57, 59.
He
played. He got hurt. He got hurt one year, and then he played 50 games. So we're saying
He said
injury
he's on
prone.
that Zion.
Well, no, he got suspended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta be available, man. If you're
I
gonna
get
play,
you, but Ja's a superstar. I'm not taking it. You can't take away that Ja Morant's a superstar.
we just think differently.
So just so you know, Mike, 10 people last year averaged 25 and better.
Yeah.
Right. And
who are those people? Joker, LeBron, Curry.
I'll share it. I'll share it up. So
yeah. Oh, you can see it. You can see it.
I think Ja messed his chance up to be a megastar in the NBA and culturally with the gun stuff.
So, like I said, there's not a lot of people averaging over 25 points. Now look at 20 points. I can't really see. It's blurry on my end. I can't really see.
Look at these names.
I can blow
but 20, over 25, like, look at that. You got D-Book, Jalen Brunson, Cade, Kevin, Ant-Man, Tatum, Joker, Giannis, SGA.
So Jaren Jackson averaged 22.
Franz Wagner averaged 24.2.
I don't see Ja. Where's Ja? Did I miss him?
Ja averaged 23 points last year.
For some reason, he is not on here.
Probably didn't play enough games. I don't know.
That could have been it too.
It could have been that. You know, Jaren Jackson
was it 60? Was it 60, 65 games you got to play?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he only played 50. But he averaged 23 points that season. You know what I'm saying? Last season. So Melo was killing it before he got hurt. But Ja Morant is a superstar. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. He's a superstar.
I don't see that. Don't agree with that. But it's all good though.
Agree to disagree, big dog.
Yeah.
23.2, 7.3.
Different rooms, KD.
Can't wait to see what he does this year.
And my thing is that's a decent stat line. 23 points, almost 8 assists a game. Like, that's a good stat line. But same thing, you need a better team.
Or
would Ja Morant be on a 2028 Olympic team?
No. I don't think so.
I don't see that.
I don't think so.
No?
You don't think he can fix his image?
I don't. That's what I was going to say. I don't think it's his play. I think it's his image. So I don't think so.
But he has full control of that. So we'll see what happens. He has full control of it. There's nobody else.
No.
I mean, like, by then, he'll be 30 by then?
You said 20 what? 28?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How old is he right now? He 27?
No, he's not 27. How old is he?
Well, he was in college.
He's like 23.
Yeah, he was in college. He's 26.
Like 23? He's 26.
Yeah, so he'll be about 30.
So he'll be 30. Oh, damn.
So, I mean, like, again, another person, can we get some maturity in the next 2 years to fix our image? So be on the Olympic team?
He's in control of all of that now.
100%.
The other day he said IG messed up his. I don't know. We'll see.
Do you see people looking for Ja cards around?
Unfortunately, I don't. I buy Ja still. I think he's so cheap. And you already know how it is, man. Once people start winning and start playing well, you know, people kind of start forgetting certain stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, not a lot of people are buying Ja. I'll still buy Ja though, all day, especially if it's a high end Ja.
So I don't know how much baseball you do. The baseball is about prospecting, and I think when it comes in this thing called prospect fatigue, where they've been so hyped so long and they get to the majors and they don't do as well, the cars stop selling. And I think you have the same thing with Zion, Ja, LaMelo, Tyrese Maxey. I think there's just a lot of fatigue on buying their cars because they have not performed nowhere near the initial hype that they were given.
I think we agree or disagree upon that. I think Ja has performed when he's playing. I can see the whole thing about Zion because his whole career is just him being hurt. And you talking about somebody that's not playing games. Zion, I don't think only 1 year he got pretty much halfway through the season and got to the playoffs and still end up getting hurt the first round of the playoffs. Same thing. I get what you're saying with LaMelo, but my thing is it'd be one thing when these people are playing, they're not putting up numbers.
Yeah.
But when they playing, they're putting up numbers.
Yeah.
It's just a health thing. You understand
It's
what I'm
health.
saying? So I'm not going to sit here and say they don't live up to the hype, because it'd be different if like Ja was only averaging 15 points a game or 16 points a game. Like
But
Tyrese Maxey,
Ja's
I think Tyrese Maxey only averaged how much last year? Like a little bit over 20.
Yeah. But again,
Like to me is a bust.
The
Like, because
IG,
it's like you're supposed to be a star.
but the IG incident
Yeah.
stopped all the hype with Ja. While his on-court play may have, that off-the-court issue stifled his hobby hype for real. And
That's fair.
It's and now because it's at here at this low plateau, it's going to take a Western Conference Finals push, an East Conference Finals push, an MVP, a consistent MVP type season.
Yeah.
For people to want to put their money back into those type of players, put significant amount of money.
I would tell anybody right now, if you buy Ja right now, come mid-season, unless he gets hurt or something like that, his stock is going to go up.
Mm-hmm.
In anywhere between 20 to 30%, I guarantee you.
Is Ja ever winning the MVP? You see him in that world?
With the right team around him, yeah. I feel like this, bro. Y'all gotta also understand to win certain awards, bro. It's a team thing, even though it might not seem like it. You feel what I'm saying?
It's a team thing, but you also got to lead.
I get you. I get you on that.
Yeah, it's a
I
team.
get you on that. I mean, who else is a leader on that team?
There are no leaders on that team.
I think everybody. To me, I think everybody rallies behind Ja. That Ja takes that team, puts it on his back.
There are teams with zero leaders on them.
I get you. I agree with that.
Can I tell you one thing that turned me off about Ja early on?
Yeah.
Is when they got Iguodala and nobody wanted to listen to Iggy. He wasn't any part of the team. They didn't want him. That turned me off because like that's good veteran leadership that you want to kind of have around you.
And what did Iggy?
And that was like, that turned me the wrong way. Just from like, you want to do this your own way. I get that, but like that's some good veteran leadership to have around. Just kind of championship, like y'all basically turn them. Didn't even want him in the locker room. And I'm sure Iggy didn't do his part to make the relationship better with the team either. But like that time turned me off.
What's cool though is Iggy hasn't really gone into depth on it.
No, he won't.
On purpose, he won't.
He's a vet. He won't
throw anybody under the bus. He won't do that.
But I think that team has not had veteran leadership for so long. That's why I think their coach got to go. Like you haven't had veteran leadership for so long, and if you've been in the locker room, your coach can't be the veteran leadership. It's got to be somebody on the team.
Your stars got to step up. I get that. Your stars got to step up.
I mean, it's the reason why reason why Miami's crap now to have them ain't on the bench no more, right? It's a real reason why all that went down with Jimmy and them last year when first year Haslam's no longer on the bench. You know, there are locker room guys that you just have to keep around. But they don't play, but if you want things to go right, when the coach not looking, you need that person.
What about Orlando? What do we see from Orlando?
Let's
talk about some stars. Let's talk about some people.
I'm thinking Eastern Conference Finals.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm thinking.
I don't know if they're going to win.
I don't know either. We got to see it.
But unless y'all, I know Bang kind of, I don't want to say he's injury prone, but he's had issues with his back the last few years. So, I'm excited to see that team. But that's a squad. That's a squad.
My gut says Orlando, Detroit, or Orlando Cavs in the Eastern Conference Finals.
I don't see the Cavs doing much.
You think Cade is a star? I think Cade's a star.
I think Cade, Cade's got the sauce.
Is he a star?
I don't know if I see the star yet.
Okay.
He's coming into it. I feel like he's coming into it.
Yes,
but
I do.
You what Ben Simmons should have been, I see it.
Okay. I agree
You know
with
what I'm saying? What Ben Simmons should have been as a point guard, I see it.
And it's supposedly Jalen Duran is coming in 3 inches taller, supposed to be like 7'1", coming in the camp.
Well, he's now becoming a grown man. I mean, he's been 19 years old, so yeah.
Yeah.
He's a pick and roll guy.
I don't like to say nice things about Michigan teams, but I'm excited to see them.
Yeah, Detroit should do well.
I think Cleveland, with a healthy Lonzo coming off the bench to keep Mitchell from being so ball dominant, it will be a good thing for them.
Who's that?
Cleveland.
No, who you say is going to keep Mitchell from being ball dominant?
Lonzo Ball coming off the bench. I think if you can keep him, when they played well when Mitchell was not ball dominant. Ever since when what's name got hurt in the playoffs and he had to be the one bringing the ball up and controlling offense, they started losing and getting into tighter games.
Yeah.
If he can just play shooting guard, I think the East is wide open for him.
You think he can do that? You think he can just play shooting guard? Donovan Mitchell? You think he's just gonna play shooting guard? Come on, man.
That's his strong suit. But I get what you're saying. Like he shouldn't be ball dominant. He got to play off the ball to be the most effective. I agree with that.
I think the Knicks. I'll go Nick. So,
Trash.
I mean, listen, I'm a Tibbs guy, and I knew he was getting
I can't
fired.
stand Tibbs.
I love Tibbs.
I can't stand Tibbs. He's a horrible.
But I knew he was getting fired. I knew if they didn't win a championship, he was getting fired.
But they didn't answer questions in the post-game press conference. He was about that.
But he's not a good coach.
Jalen Brunson don't will some stuff to happen. You know?
Why do you think he's a good coach? I'm curious.
Because if you look at the teams he's had, none of those teams he's had that he took to the playoffs and took to the East Conference Finals would have went there with any other coach. They played defense. They played for he's so his Achilles heel that he is so defensive focused, and he has no creativity offensively. His Achilles heel is that he never had a Tex winner, right? He never had somebody on his bench that could see the offense in a different way and tell him, "Hey, let's do this." Derrick Rose got hurt because they were up by 20. You still had him in the game. If he was sitting on the bench like he should have been in that fourth quarter, his whole career is different.
Zach LaVine had the same issue.
Yep. Zach LaVine, he overplays people.
So how are you a good coach and you overwork your players and you don't know time management? I want to know that. You need to explain this to me.
That's almost sounds like Steve.
How are you a good coach and you do not know time management?
What has Zach LaVine done before after playing with Tibbs? He's done nothing. Right? The Knicks were nothing.
Aren't you Chicago Bulls?
Yeah. They went
the last 3 years.
They went in the
last 3 years. Tell me what Zach numbers were.
They were in the play-in. I hate the play-in.
That's because the team sucks, man. The Bulls suck.
Yes.
They suck. But Zach LaVine was a bucket for us. You ain't finna do that, bro. You're not doing that, bro.
He was a bucket.
Zach LaVine was a bucket.
He was a bucket.
Chicago
He didn't
Bulls,
play a
bro.
shred of defense.
A lot of players in the NBA don't play defense, man.
We get that, but
Kobe White don't play defense.
He plays more than Zach LaVine.
There's a lot of players that do not play defense.
I just want to see a defense.
Zach LaVine scored for the Bulls because he was the only scorer.
DeMar DeRozan was there too. Kobe White was there too.
Now that
what are you talking about?
Him and DeMar were a good tandem. Him and DeMar DeRozan were good. Him and DeMar, Lonzo, and Kobe White coming off the bench.
They would have been a better squad. They would have been a better squad if Lonzo never got hurt.
Yeah, but again, the coach can't coach that team. He can't coach those stars. Levine's issue was more with coaching of Billy Donovan than it was with anything else. Donovan cannot coach stars.
That's fair.
But then I like
Tibbs guys, if you're a Tibbs guy, they will run through a wall of Tibbs. But at a certain point, when they get a certain age, they cannot continue going 40 minutes a game, playing that hard, doing those hard practices.
John, let me tell you something.
That gets you.
Nobody in the NBA is going to be able to play every minute of every game for 82 games and then turn around and up the intensity in the playoffs, and you expect them to play the entire game in a 7-game series. You are not a good coach if you cannot time manage your players. You are not. You are not a good coach. That's why as soon as that press conference was over, the next day, my boy, you're gone. How? We're going to find somebody else. Because this is not working.
Probably a good assistant coach. He should just stay an assistant coach.
Nah, I wouldn't. I mean, I guess you want to say that because he won a ring with Doc. I give you that. You feel what I'm saying? But that you're talking to 20 years ago at this point, bro. The next team you get is going to be the same thing. You ran everybody in Chicago. You ran everybody in Chicago down. You ran everybody in Minnesota down. You ran everybody in New York down.
But the difference is, all those teams, when he got him, was young. He's another coach. They can get you so far. And you need somebody else to take you over that hump. Right? He can get those defensive principles.
But he had exceptional talent as well, too, with those teams, bro.
Yeah, but again, you cannot practice as hard as he had them practicing. Let me talk about the games. His practices are
100%. Yeah.
And that is the main issue. When you are 5-6 years into the league, you don't want to have to do these excruciating practices every freaking practice.
100%.
It's a difference between I'm playing 48 minutes. I'm Mikal Bridges. I'm going to play 48 minutes a game versus I'm going to play 48 minutes and then go play 2 hours hard in practice the next day.
So I will say again to you, how are you a good coach and you mismanage that?
Same reason why people say Doc's a good coach. It is what it is. Like, he's a good coach. He just got his Achilles heels get him every time. He does not change. He's going to get you. If I'm a team like Charlotte, I wouldn't mind having the Thibodeau for 3 years.
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
For culture change,
sir.
Just get some discipline to culture change. I wouldn't mind having 3 years.
I think Mark Jackson deserved the job before Tom Thibodeau deserved the job.
Mark Jackson deserves the job for anybody. And that's all agree to that.
You know what I mean? I think he deserves the job before anybody else.
You think Mark Jackson's coaching LaMelo Ball?
Well, no, I don't think that. That's but cool. I think the whole thing with LaMelo, I think LaMelo needs to go get with another superstar. You need to get with the vet. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you need to get with a vet. I don't know who that's going to be. I don't know what team you would trade for or who you would trade to. Because Charlotte's a small market team. Not a lot of people want to play in Charlotte.
Who does LaMelo fit well with?
The Lakers.
No.
He fits good with the Lakers.
He's not going to
playmaker.
He's not going to shoot like that with LeBron.
Yeah. You don't need to shoot. I need to distribute the ball.
Oh, you told
me playmaker.
You're talking about him playing strictly point guard.
Yeah. The only reason why he's a scoring now because there's nobody on his team to score.
That's what we say. Who
get the buckets?
That's what we say.
Who on Charlotte is going to get buckets?
For what he doesn't do well.
Zebra can't change his stripes. I just don't see him doing anything what he'd always done.
He's not going to go somewhere and play. When did you see him only play point since he's been playing basketball? He didn't play
averages. He averages a double-double.
Yeah, even at Chino Hills High School, he has never strictly played point in his life. He's never done that. But we say that, but he's never done it. So
give me a time he's had a star, and he wasn't a star.
He's not a star.
He is a star. What are you talking about?
Okay. What
Here you
is a
go,
star?
man.
Let's constitute. Well, let's give us the
Okay.
definition of what is a star. What is that?
Hold on, Mike. FD, it's getting late. I got to work in the morning, so I got to go. Y'all continue this though.
Mike and I keep rolling full of.
I see y'all.
I just want to get this answer, and I'm good.
Okay, that's cool.
What is
That's
a
cool.
star?
And
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mike.
All right. To me, a star is somebody that is multifaceted, right? They're not just a one-dimensional player, right? And when I say one-dimensional, right, like say for example, right, we take Melo for instance, right? Melo is just not a scorer; he's a facilitator as well too, right? He's a rebounder as well too. Like I said, the boy's almost walking triple-double. You understand what I'm saying? I understand his Achilles heel is his defense, right?
Mhm.
I get you that, right? I think also that's a little bit of the athleticism. I think to be a truly great defensive player,
I agree with you.
I think athleticism has to do with it. I think size and strength has to do with it as well too. And willingness. Yeah, a willingness, right, 100%, right? Because it's mostly defense, is mostly effort. Defensive rebounds is mostly effort, right? But to me, it's all about the play, right? I think he's a bucket. I don't think there's too much different between him and Kevin Durant. I think Kevin Durant is a way better scorer, right? But I think all around playmaker, I think the same play that you see out of Kevin Durant, out of Paulo Banchero, you see that in Melo, right? If at the end of the game, if it's a close game, Melo can go get you that bucket. Rather, to me, is him scoring it or him creating a shot for somebody else.
Okay.
Right? I don't think there's a lot of people that could do that. I think you see flashes of it like Tyrese Halliburton. I think you saw flashes of him potentially being a superstar. I think he made a lot of superstar plays, but I don't think he's really a superstar.
So let me ask you this. Is Shea a superstar?
Shea's a superstar.
So I just don't, just for me personally, like I can't call Shea a superstar and then turn and call Melo a superstar.
Is Ant-Man a superstar?
Yes.
Okay.
And he proved that the last 3 years in the playoffs. Before that, he had been crowned something that he had never done. But he proved
he was a superstar before getting to the playoffs.
I don't think so.
Okay. Agree to disagree upon that. But we can also agree that his team is way better, top to bottom, compared to what Melo has to play with.
Yeah. Okay. But he's also better than Melo.
We can agree to disagree upon that. Okay. Because if I'm looking at stat line overall, Melo has a better stat line.
But you know that stat line don't cut it. It's
Why
about
not?
Because who are you playing and when did you score these points? Who are you playing? I'm talking about games that matter. What are you doing? LaMelo is not doing anything amongst teams that games matter. And LeBron has proven that if you play certain teams and play hard, and you play other teams and you coast, you average 25 points a game. LeBron James is the epitome of that. And players know this. But what are you doing when that thing is on the line and it matters? And you in this national TV and you got to win this game. And you got to take the game over. What are you doing?
And I give you that. And Melo hasn't gotten to that point yet, right?
And he won't.
I give you that.
He will not.
I think on the team, the way that it's constructed now, no, he will not. Right? But in Ant-Man's defense, if LaMelo had a Nazir Reed, had a DiVincenzo, had a Julius Randle type help on his team, I think they would be a Eastern Conference contender, or at least a playoff contender. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The only reason why you're talking about the Charlotte Hornets is because of Melo. And my thing is this: if Melo was not a star, you wouldn't even be talking about him at all. If he was averaging 12 points, 13 points, you wouldn't even be talking about him. But I just looked at his stats. Even before he got hurt last year, he was averaging almost 25 points a game. The season before that, he was averaging 25 points a game.
His biggest Achilles heel is how many games he plays a season.
100%.
If he upped that, then a lot of people are going to look at him differently. I would be one of them. It's not really about his performance when he's playing. The biggest problem with LaMelo to me and all the ball guys that are in Lonzo, his brother that's in there, is how they're built. I don't think
They
they're
slim.
Yeah. They're not. LaMelo's thigh and his calf are the same
Same
circumference.
size. Yeah, they slim. He's slim.
How do you can't jump, bound, do things, shoot a jump shot for 82 games and 10 more in the playoffs every year and be built like that?
I agree.
I think his body just gives up on him more than probably anything else when it comes to being healthy, because his brother's having the same lower extremity issues.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably going to plague him the rest of his career. It's like Zion. Like, I just don't understand how you're in the league for 7 years and you don't work on a jump shot. You don't have a turnaround. You don't post up. You don't face up. It's about going to the basket.
I get you with that.
And those players will, as we've seen, will suffer. Charles Barkley had to come out of that.
Yeah, you had to get a jump shot.
Do his thing. And then 93, I mean, later in his career, he's bananas. Yeah, he's an all-around player.
Yeah, 100% MVP.
I would love to see these guys. When we talk about Ja, Melo, Zion, even Ben Simmons, I would love to see guys turn that corner and do something more. We've seen guys in history do that. We just don't see these guys doing that. And I don't know why. Even though Ja, like, I'd love to see him.
Well, Ja developed a little bit more of a jump shot.
He developed more. He got better at the three.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah. He could have more of a mid-range game.
Yeah.
If he focused on that, then that would really make him dangerous.
100%.
But I think with him, it's just about what is he thinking at the time and what does he want to do with it.
But I still feel like these cats are still young, right?
Yeah, we can only say that for so long though. Like, when did you stop being young?
I feel like when you hit that 28, 29, 30, like, to me, the best Jordan was in his 30s.
I get you, but these guys come out at 19. So we're not giving you 10 years. There's no team giving you 10 years.
Even LeBron came out of high school, but I didn't say I don't think LeBron was LeBron until that second year in Miami.
Oh, I agree with you, sir.
So that
LeBron James
was 9 years. That's like 30. He was like 30.
Yeah, but even in Cleveland, he was taking his team somewhere. He was doing something. He was in the final.
I give you that. But LeBron's an anomaly, right? He's a
he's a different player.
But like I said, LeBron didn't become LeBron until I feel like that second year in Miami. That's when he was like, he came into his own.
Got one more question for you before we go, unless you have more. Do you ever? What's the best way to say this? Do you ever look at LeBron and think, how is he playing like this at this age?
I mean, technology. I think it's the same thing as, you look at Joe Flacco, or you look at Tom Brady. You see how long they played for. It's just technology, right? Obviously, LeBron ate right. I'm pretty sure his recovery, he's doing everything needed. You know what I'm saying? And I think also too, we're talking about LaMelo, and talk about how LaMelo's thigh and his calf is. You can't say that about LeBron.
No.
LeBron's body is built to last, right? He's built his body for conditioning and endurance.
I agree.
So I don't think it's anything crazy. We saw Kobe played.
You don't think he's eating special Wheaties or doing anything?
I think he's taking all vitamins that are needed. He's doing recovery. I think his diet is super strict. I'm pretty sure he gets more than adequate rest. Like, he's getting the best of the best, right? Like I said, even Kobe played 29 years, right? How long Kobe would have played if he never had the Achilles injury? You understand what I'm saying? Even if we take Jordan quit 3 times. If Jordan never quit in all those years, if you add them all up, he played almost 20 years too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Vince Carter played 20 years. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like we haven't seen it before, but it's like, you just be realistic. The man's getting the best of the best. You understand what I'm saying?
I respect.
So, yeah.
Got any questions for me, man? Anything?
No, I appreciate you having me on, man.
I think
we conversation. It's been a while.
Yeah, we'll look to have you on again soon.
Yeah. So, just let you know.
You know, Indiana has a new center.
Oh, Wiseman.
The look on your face.
Hey, man, we'll see. Third time's a charm, man. We'll see what happens this time.
Never know.
I'll say one thing, FD. You are very optimistic when it comes to the people that you like.
There's only a few people I like.
I know, but you're very optimistic about them.
No, I mean, we're talking about Curry. We're talking about Shea.
Draymond. Draymond is not.
But why do people try to, hold on? Why? Who is he? Why do people try to act like Draymond is not Draymond?
Bro, you played with two of the greatest shooters of all time.
But that has nothing to do with his defense.
Let it. I mean, yeah, but you wouldn't have. You would not have won. The only reason why Draymond talks about Draymond is because you were on a championship team with two of the greatest shooters, and let's say arguably one of the top 10 greatest players of all time with KD. That's why you've been talked about. If you were on any other team and did not win, you wouldn't be talking about Draymond. You
said KD top 5?
KD's top 10 of all time. Top 10. He's not top 5, no sir.
Okay. And where you
I think top 10. You say what?
Where you putting Curry?
Curry's not in my top 10.
Bro, come on, though.
He's not in my top 10.
You're going to hold on to that one. Okay.
He's not top 10. How is he top 10? You're going to sit here and tell me.
Top 3.
Of what? Point guards? Yes.
Top 3.
Top 3? How?
Yeah, Steph was better than Kobe, man. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, wait.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
I'm not a Kobe fan. I'm not the biggest Kobe fan.
I respect him. I respect
him 100%. Respect Kobe 100%.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could put Curry over Kobe. Just for the both sides of the ball. Just both sides of the ball.
Okay. I respect that.
Yeah, I don't think. And then Kobe's, it's like you take Steph's 3 offensively compared to Kobe can score on all 3 levels, 3 mid-range posts.
I think you're thinking of Kobe's last 4 years and not his first. Not his first.
I'm thinking his whole body of work.
No, his first.
I get you the first. I get you the first. I give you the first 7. I give you the first 7.
Portland with Scottie Pippen, Kobe had problems on defense.
He did.
Oh yeah, he was exposed.
He did.
Oh yeah,
he did. But he also had buckets. He was also getting buckets too.
Yeah, he was getting buckets. Yeah, but
so I'm just like on defense, it was like he was giving just as much as he was getting. I get you on that.
Scottie was into that.
He was.
Yeah,
he was. But the play that mattered most.
Oh, I agree. Little crossover. I agree.
Real quick, and give it to him. But let's keep it real though. Kobe, the reason why Kobe is because of Shaq, right? You got 5 rings, and 3 of the 5 rings, somebody else was the man. It wasn't. That's a different conversation.
Put Steph with Shaq. That's
crazy. I don't think you win it. You're not winning 5.
6 or 7?
No. You get the 3 that Shaq, Shaq was MVP. Yeah, you get those.
So, Mike, what will you say when Steph is 6'2" and has 30,000 points? It's something you've never seen before in your life and you want again.
Yeah, he's the greatest shooter of all time. You should have that many points. I'm not going to. I'm not taking that away from him. I'm not saying Steph isn't great. I just don't think Steph is top 10. Okay. That's all I'm saying.
Where you putting
I give Steph. He's within the top 20.
Because I got LeBron at 11. You know that. We talked about this. That hasn't changed. You know this.
I get you, man. LeBron's in my top 10.
Okay. I respect. I'm only 1 away.
Yeah. No. LeBron's top 10 and he's not 10.
But then I'm 2 away.
Well, no, I put LeBron. LeBron's top 5. You come on now.
Did you see that time Ray Allen even said this dude can't do this, can't do, and he played with him. Can't do this, can't do this.
There's a lot of players like that can't do that.
Okay.
You just said Jaylen Brown can't go left.
Yeah, you know what? I really hope that he can lead Boston. I really hope. I just don't feel it. I would love for him to show me that he can do that.
But think about this. You said you talk about certain players that say you can't do this, can't do that. You just told me this man has no left hand.
He's been working on it, but he really doesn't.
And won a finals and a finals MVP year before last.
Yeah, I get it.
Can't go left.
I get it.
So it's like you have a lot of players that can't go left. You know what I'm saying? Like how long did Kobe was talking about, you know what I'm saying? I think it was for the longest he couldn't figure out KD.
Yeah, he couldn't.
Because KD could do everything, but it was like he figures things out, you know. So it's like, you know, LeBron is top 5, man. LeBron is top 5.
Just like you tell me, AFD, man, you know the people that you like. I admire your optimism on players that have not proven in their resume. They just haven't proven certain things, but you remain optimistic about them.
That's why I said something earlier when I was like, somebody not having rings. I think in football, I think it's different from football to basketball. But it's like, to me, just because you don't have a championship ring does not, or MVP or something like that, you can't sit here and tell me Tracy McGrady was not a great player. Grant Hill was not a great player, but they don't have any rings. They don't. Charles Barkley is one of the greatest power forwards of all time. He doesn't have a ring. He's got an MVP, but he doesn't have a ring.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a lot of great players that play that don't have jewelry.
This is true.
Or MVP.
But I also look at Tracy McGrady, Charles Barkley, Grant Hill, different than I look at Ja, LaMelo, Zion, players like that. I just don't. Those players are so far away from the older players that you named that there's like no comparison. So then when they're referred to as superstars, it's like the bar is really low if that player is a superstar, because you got to check certain boxes. If you're not winning championships, Tracy McGrady took teams to places they wouldn't have been if he wasn't on that squad. Grant Hill did the same thing. Charles Barkley definitely did the same thing. Mm-hmm. I'm not seeing that from these people over here at all.
But Tracy McGrady wasn't doing that at 26. Grant Hill wasn't doing that at 26. Charles Barkley wasn't doing that at 26. You know Charles wasn't doing that at 26.
No,
Charles in his 30s, mid-30s.
Yes, but Tracy McGrady was
when he was on Rockets, he was in his 30s.
Yeah, but even before that, in Orlando, he was doing a lot at 26.
He was let me check.
You look at his numbers, he was doing a lot. That dude
was he 26 when he got to Orlando?
Yeah, it should have been around there, but he was a scoring machine.
Tracy McGrady is one of my favorites, though.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, I didn't think he stayed in Houston too long. He was believing Yao Ming was going to be there with him, and that just didn't happen, and that affected him. He should have been someplace else winning.
Yeah, he was in his early 20s.
Yeah,
he was in his early 20s.
Them dudes are different, man. You take a Tracy McGrady and drop him in today's game, man, it's lights out.
It'd be crazy.
It's over with. They're not waiting on him. That dude is. And I still remember when he was in Toronto and not playing. He was young. Because I remember when he came
especially when Vince came.
Yeah, he came when he came out the 7-dunk contest with Vince. We were like, is that his cousin? But you didn't know the dude.
Right. And even when he was there, when he was in Toronto, he was going crazy.
Oh yeah. Later he started picking up the pace and So I mean, we'll see on these guys, but I do admire the optimism on what these guys are going to do.
I just see star power, bro. I see, in the ability, right? Like Melo averaging 25, 8, and 7, like that. That's not a scrub to me. That's a star. That's a star.
Yeah, he just needs to get that up to 65, 70 games a season, 75 games a season.
I get you. I think if Melo is healthy, he does that.
Yeah.
He played 47 games and he averaged 25, 7, and 8.
But then you can't be on the bench losing and laughing. There's certain things you just can't do, bro. if you really
Okay.
want to take this
Interesting.
team, put them on your back. But let me ask you another question. Why do
Yeah.
you think the hobby embraces quarterbacks that are not proven year after year after year after year after year? Why do we do?
Give me an example, like Joey or something like that, or who's
Well,
that?
like this year, JJ.
Baker. Oh, well, that's the
yeah.
hype. That's the hype, right? Excuse me. Excuse me. JJ had my fault. JJ how can I say it? The hype for JJ
Won
was
that
more
shit.
than Jay Daniels before the season started even last year.
Yeah.
He just happened to get hurt, right? He looked good in training camp, all of that. And it's just hype. It's just hype. You know what I'm saying? He played, obviously, his first week. It was his first game, knocking off the rust. Hell of a fourth quarter comeback.
Mm-hmm.
It was against the Bears, but hell of a fourth quarter comeback, right? Obviously, this week, it was a little bit of a miscommunication. Obviously, with some film on him. But, I mean, he was getting rushed, right? He was getting pressured almost the whole game. You know what I'm saying? So, no quarterback Tom Brady couldn't handle pressure. Peyton Manning couldn't handle pressure. No quarterback can really take on both sides getting pressured the whole game. Or even if it's 60 or 70, 80% of the plays. Nobody can really, you know what I'm saying, stretch somebody in the second game. You know what I mean? But I think it's promise. You know what I mean? And it's the same thing, I guess you could say, the optimistic that I have with my players. Like when I like certain basketball players, right? It's just being optimistic. It's the hype. It's the unexpectancy with it. You know what I mean? Like if JJ McCartney would have won this week, his stuff would have skyrocketed.
Oh yeah, it would have.
It would have skyrocketed. You know what I mean? So I mean, you got to, you take that with a grain of salt. You know what I mean? Look at Joey, right? Joey really hasn't done anything, but people still they buy his cars all the time. They love him, but he's been hurt the last 3 out of the 4 years. You know what I mean? So it's like it's the same. It's just I'm being optimistic. You know what I mean? Just you don't know who is the next LeBron, Tom Brady. We don't know that yet. We don't know who is the next person to really buy and hold. We don't know it yet. I think Mahomes already solidified. You know what I mean? So if you have not caught that train or didn't catch that train, you missed it. You know what I mean? Because his rockets already his prices are already where they're going to be. If he wins another ring, it's not going to go too much higher. It never does. You know what I'm saying? So who's the next Chase?
Do you think Shea steps into that realm of next level? Putting a G on something that could be greatness one day?
I think he has the intangibles. The only thing I would say I do not like about Shea is that I see Shea can be stopped if you cannot go to the paint. If you can't run to the paint, push off real quick and get your shot, I don't see you really truly being effective from the 3-point line.
Oh yeah, he can get better at that. Yeah. He needs
You're not uber athletic like Ant-Man where you're just elevating over people. You can dunk, you can get up, but you're not going to Giannis anybody. You're not or not even when you take another point guard, you're not about to Russell Westbrook anybody. You know what I mean? You're not just going to take off and just gambling people. You know what I mean? Most of your stuff.
Do you need to do that though? Do you need to do that?
I don't think he needs to do that, but you gotta have, like I was talking about earlier, 3 levels of scoring, 3 mid paint or post, whatever you want to call it, right? And like I said, I think as of right now, I haven't seen what are you gonna do when you try to go to the hole and there's 2 bigs right in front of you?
I get you.
Right, and they just happen to be athletic enough to stay with you, so you can't really move. You might be able to elevate, but they're probably going to block it. So I guess you can get the foul, and you are an excellent free throw shooter. You know what I'm saying? But I just see same thing they did with Giannis. Was it the year before they won a ring? Where every time he went to the paint, he just saw a wall of people.
Yeah, I remember that.
You understand what I'm saying? They just saw a wall of people. And I said this before too, right? The Denver gave y'all hell in 7 games, man.
They did.
with a team that was hurt
Mm-hmm.
and no coach.
Mm-hmm.
I don't expect them to meet you again in a 7-game series and lose. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I think Joker just happened to run out of gas. Aaron was hurt.
Well, everything
Like I
was
said,
back.
everything was out of whack on that team.
Yeah.
You know, and still took y'all 7 games.
But they brought Brown back. The people they brought back is what they were missing.
Exactly.
So I
Defensive
think
purpose, D3.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So it's when you was asking earlier about OKC potentially going back, it's like, you know, I think they're still a good squad. I don't. Denver is a tough squad, man. Joker is a bad man, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I love Joker. I'm a huge Joker fan.
I can see
huge Joker fan.
He's on another level.
Yeah.
But I think Golden State has so much work to put in. First, we got to find out what's going on with Kuminga. Then we got to get that's 3 or 4 players lingering that should be on that squad after that. So Golden State has a lot of work to do. They really need a big.
Bad.
I still feel like somebody's coming to town in the next 2 years, but we'll see.
So Giannis.
Yeah.
Yeah, Giannis. You put Giannis. That's what y'all need.
Yes.
So
you put Draymond and Butler.
So Giannis, I would say skip Draymond. Giannis, Curry.
I love it.
Jimmy Butler.
Man, we used to talk sports in college.
Mm-hmm.
The stuff you say reminds me of that. This was like 93, 95, 96.
Mm-hmm.
I actually enjoyed. I want you to know this. I enjoy when someone sticks to what they believe.
Yeah.
And they don't move off of that, and we can still have that conversation. It could go on for podcast after podcast after podcast. We're still on our base, and we move off that base, but we're not over here because somebody else said it.
No. I mean, it's the confidence though too, bro. I enjoy the debates as well too.
Yeah.
But to me, it's just the confidence. When it comes to basketball, I just feel like I know, bro. Like I know ball. Like I don't know football like I know basketball, but I know basketball like the back of my hand, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know talent. You know what I'm saying? I know what systems work for players and what systems don't work for players. Mm-hmm. You can see certain chemistries, when people are getting drafted or trades are being made, like that is not about to work.
Yeah.
Dame and whatchamacallit was not going to work, bro.
No, never.
I don't know why y'all broke that team up anyway. You could have kept it the way it was. You know what I'm saying?
You got rid of Drew Holiday? That Milwaukee messed up.
Yeah, that's a true point guard, a true two-way point guard.
And a defensive player.
Yeah, that's why I said two-way point guard.
That's right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of stuff. Like for me, I think DeAndre Ayton, LeBron, Kenneth, Reeves, Lulu. I love that squad.
Somebody's gonna be hurt.
We'll see. I can see 8. I don't know. We'll see.
I see 8.
I can see it. I can see, because he's gotten hurt previously,
That's
but
right.
Nobody's really had major injuries but him.
That's right. That's the person I think is going to drop out.
But who's Kellen Hayes? Kellen Hayes is still the backup, and it was somebody else they got too as a backup.
Well, you got
there's another 7-footer they got.
You still got Rui over there. They got another 7-footer.
They got another 7-footer. I have to look.
I'm check.
They got another 7-footer. LA Lakers roster. They got another 7-footer.
Kyler Kelly. Kyler Kelly is 7 feet. Then you
Christian
got
Kalinko.
Yeah, Kalinko is there. Those guys. Then you got a lot of guys that's 6'8", 6'9", 6'10". Oh, they got Maxi Kleber now. Okay. Yeah, either LeBron.
And Max is 7 feet, ain't he?
Yeah. Yep, he's right there.
That's 6'10".
So either LeBron or Aiden are going to be hurt.
I don't think Bron. I mean, I think the pressure is off Bron at this point.
It is.
Because you know what I'm saying?
Even.
Yeah, I think. You think so?
Yeah, you can't.
You might as well just retire. I'll just retire.
No.
Where else you finna go?
probably some ego talking to him about he can go establish something, do something, get some money. This year he's getting paid $52 million. So somebody's probably at least one team. Imagine that kind of money, and you're four. He's not much younger than me. Around 42.
41.
Yeah, 41.
Like 41. Yeah. In your 20th, 22nd year, 23rd year, making $52 million.
23rd.
Making $52 million.
Yeah, we'll see. But it's Luka's team.
It's Lulu's team, yeah.
And Luka's gonna run the show.
I want to see thin Lulu.
You will. Can he play like that? Is the question.
I want to see.
Seems like in the Euro League he's playing like that. So
yeah, I want to see.
I want to see him. I want to see him play some defense.
I think we'll see a different Lulu this year. I don't know if it'll be a defensive stopper, but we're going to see a different Lulu.
I hope so. He has to show up and represent himself, man.
Yeah,
there's a lot of hype around this dude.
I mean, but he's performing. What are you talking about? We get into that. Lulu didn't perform. Lulu was him.
No, he went to the finals.
Yeah.
Fouled out of the game.
Lulu was him.
That's cool. It's all
Lulu
good.
was him. Lulu was him.
We'll see.
You're not getting to the finals without Lulu.
I agree. I agree with that.
You're not getting the final. I mean, he was averaging almost 30 and 10.
Yeah, he's a great scoring player. He does his thing. We just got to see how does he lead a team that is all about him. There's no Kyrie coming through. There's none of that happening. A team that's all about you. What do you do? And I still believe 15 years from now we'll see a documentary. Dallas didn't get rid of him because he was out of shape.
You think it was a problem?
We'll find out one day. What's up?
You think he was a problem?
I think a problem or got some bad habits.
Okay.
But it's not about this dude's out of shape. That's not. I don't believe that. That just doesn't even seem feasible or realistic. You know.
Yeah.
And maybe he's carrying weight because of other things. Maybe there are things going on. You know. There are many reasons why somebody can carry weight.
100%.
It's not just eating. So we'll see. This season will be exciting. It's going to be a lot of people exposed. There's going to be people who step up. Do you think Shea and them win more than one championship?
It's hard to say. I think they potentially could, obviously. They're young. They got enough pieces. But like I was just saying about Denver, there's a lot of teams in the West that they got to get through.
This is true.
You know what I mean?
And they got to stay healthy. And Chad has to be healthy. And he can't shoot 30-something% like he did in the finals.
And I think Shea, like I said, it gotta be another arsenal in that repertoire, bro. He's gotta be another. You gotta be able to have a 3-pointer.
Yeah, I think
you gotta have you able to 3. So we'll see.
Because if he starts shooting the 3 well, that's not too many holes in his game.
Nah, I give you that.
He's smooth, man.
He is. A little offensive foul with the pushes, but that's a different story.
Yeah, it's been a lot of people doing that.
I'm curious how they call it this year, though.
I don't see a big change. Harden got away with that, with step backs and different stuff for 4 years. I don't see a bunch of changes this year. You got to think, when you talk about these young Thundercat players, Shea is the only person really stepping up and playing, being consistent. So the NBA has to throw something behind that.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I just love the way when the draft was going down in 2018, dude was almost forgot about. You're traded draft night for the dude picked behind you. That goes to Charlotte. It's not playing with LaMelo. And you rise, you just keep rising.
Yeah.
I just love that.
I mean, you got traded for PG.
What's that?
I said he got traded for PG.
Yeah.
He was in that trade.
But before that, he got traded for what's the kid that had the domestic
Miles Bridges.
Yeah, Miles Bridges. He got traded for him draft night, then got traded for PG. And now we know that this whole tree planting thing. Kawhi wanted PG in Toronto.
Yep.
So he was trying to search down PG for a while. Oh, you got me at home, then okay, I don't want to play with this young kid. So that kid had to bounce, and it becomes Shea.
Right.
It's just like when Brown was coming out the floor and talking about we're gonna win 4, 5, 6. Steph Curry was in his second season.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's thinking about that dude really. Like he's cool. He came in second place in Rookie of the Year to Blake Griffin. Man, he's cool. But nobody thought this was about to run something off.
Right.
I just love those stories when guys come to some people out of nowhere and just start changing the whole way we talk about something in the future.
Joker.
The Joker. You're drafted with a ticker and a Taco Bell commercial. Now you're running. I mean, you know, that's Summer League. If you go back and watch that Summer League, you can see it. You can see it popping out. It's like when Shea was in the Summer League. You can see some stuff popping out.
Mm-hmm.
But then these guys come out. The Joker is a very different player. I mean, it's exciting to watch him play. I tuned in to watch Denver play,
Yes.
to watch him do his thing. And he's so fundamentally sound. The way he plays, it's low probability of him getting injured.
Yeah. Low impact.
Low impact, kind of like Shea. Low impact.
Shea, same thing. Low impact.
Yeah, just doing
It's more skill.
And the way he spins the ball when he's in the post, that ball is going to touch 3-4 times before it starts to go in.
Mm-hmm.
He just does stuff in a totally different way. So I love that. Like I love Curry coming out and Klay Thompson, who's coming out of Washington State. You come out and you just start doing your thing. So I love it. I love to see play. And I think we're going to see more players come and show themselves probably this year and next year that we probably haven't even thought about right now.
Yeah, I want to see Jared McCain.
So do I, because I thought he should have been Rookie of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
He's a solid player. Has a good jump shot. Has a good mid range. Plays defense. I think he tries to lull people to sleep with a smile and all that, but he doesn't do that on the court.
Right.
And we got to see the kids that just got drafted this year. The one kid by the 76ers. He doesn't look to be better than McCain. Can they play together? We'll see all that.
Right.
But then where's that leave Maxey?
Trade him.
Gonna be out. They've already.
I don't think Maxey is that though. I never thought Maxey was that.
No, he's a good complementary player.
He's a 2. He's a good 2-3.
Yeah. I don't see him taking over. He's a good complementary player. Some nights his jump shot is on, some nights it's not.
Street.
But they're
He's
seeing
J.R. Smith.
What's up?
He's a J.R. Smith type player.
Yeah.
Streaky. Very streaky.
Yeah. J.R. Smith could shoot your lights out, or he could come out and stink it up.
Mm-hmm. Athletic.
That J.R. Smith that was with Denver and the Knicks, though, was
that. He was that.
Huh?
He was that.
He
was that.
Yeah, I love
watching him
because he was a highlight on the court. You know, Shumpert. Remember Shump with
Shump. Yep.
Chicago's very own. He was nice.
Well, we won't say Chicago. We'll say Oak Park. But close enough.
Okay. But that's like Wade, right? Wade is from where's Wade?
Robbins.
Yeah.
Robbins. But we know Chi-Town though. D Rose. Southside.
Yeah, Southside Simeon.
Yes, sir. AD. Southside Simeon.
Southside. Did he go to Simeon or that academy?
Simeon.
Didn't AD go to that?
Anthony Davis.
Yeah, didn't he go to that academy place that never won, but he was the best player?
No, he went to Simeon.
Hold on here.
Am I wrong? Or did he go to both? I thought he went to Simeon.
He may have went to both, but he where did this dude go? I gotta probably dig this out. I remember him in high school too. We'll see. That's another dude. Can he stay healthy with Dallas? We'll see.
He's such a beast, though. Man, he's such a beast.
He's another player, though. When he's healthy, he's a problem.
Yeah.
If he's not. Hey, Mike, do you believe LeBron knew he was getting traded before he said anything?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
AD's got to know that, too. Everybody that's thinking has got to know that.
Yeah, I knew that.
Hey, so the Lakers. One more thing. The Lakers sold. I felt like that was because Jeannie Buss couldn't get rid of LeBron.
What you mean couldn't get rid of him?
Wasn't going to part ways with him.
Ah,
I
so
feel
they
like
put
this
it up for
new.
sale.
Yeah, I feel like this new owner group has no problems with that because Magic's going to be running the show. You know, Magic owns the Dodgers with the same group that owns the Lakers now. So Magic is about to get Pelinka out of town.
Chess move.
Yeah, big huge chess move because Pelinka tried to stab him in the back, and then he's gonna make some moves. So.
Hey, that boy cold. Imagine you call him. Hey, that boy bought the Dodgers. Yeah, we gonna buy the Lakers too.
Yeah, because everybody was wondering at the time, like, why is Magic owning baseball? That's a reason.
Mm-hmm.
But Mike, I always appreciate you being on here, man.
Man, I appreciate you inviting me, big dog.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and what can people find? What's the next show? I know you say you were thinking about some shows, but what are those shows you're thinking about?
I'm gonna say this. I probably won't go to go holler at Big Jon this weekend in Connecticut.
Yeah, that's a hard move.
Yeah, I'll probably go to North Carolina this weekend. So Concord, North Carolina, Sports Wax Promotion. My homeboy James is throwing it in Concord, North Carolina. So I'll probably go there this weekend. Just stay local.
How far is that away from Charlotte? Because I've been to Charlotte.
From Atlanta, it's like 2.5 hours. So
that's
Charlotte, maybe from Atlanta or Stone Mountain. But from I don't know, maybe like it's got to be like 2 hours. No more than 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours. Why are you going to Charlotte this weekend?
No.
Oh,
so, you know, Mike, I don't do much travel.
Right.
But I went to Charlotte in 2003.
Yeah.
And was there on spring break and loved Charlotte. At one point, I was thinking about trying to live there, but it's a lot of banking jobs. So I don't work in banking. So, but it's a very cool. I didn't know it was that close to Atlanta.
Yeah, it ain't far at all.
I did not know that.
No, it ain't far at all.
That's pretty cool. And just so you know, Mike, I just don't do a lot of traveling.
Mm-hmm.
You know the expenses associated with traveling, and
I do.
And if I take Junior and G with me, it becomes very
expensive.
Very. So that's why I don't go a lot of places. I don't even go to the Bay Area. We've only been to the Bay Area one time.
Yeah.
And if we drive to somewhere like a Del Mar, somewhere in San Diego, but I don't go a lot of places.
Yeah, and Del Mar's a little bit easier for you. That's like what, hour and a half south.
Yeah, if we get up in the morning and leave at like 7, I could be in Del Mar by 9.
Yeah,
that's pretty simple, and stay down there and then come back. We went down to Del Mar and came back same day. Well, then I may get home at 9 o'clock, something like that. But at least I'm back sleeping in my own bed.
Right.
That's why I don't do a lot of traveling, man.
I get you.
Oh, yeah. But it's always good talking to you, bro. I appreciate your insight on the hobby and definitely sports and just life in general. Sometimes our conversations go, all over. It's all good.
Yeah, we did 3 hours a day.
Yeah, Big Jon be trying to bounce. But lately, man, we've been doing 3 hours almost every pop. It's been like 2.5, 3 hours. I get into the conversation, and I'm it's cool by me. And like I told you, I flipped my diet a lot, and I've noticed that eating differently. I used to be on these lives and be dead tired by the time I got off, and now I have to get off and like unwind. And that's all from a diet change and what I'm eating and how I eat, what time of the day I eat, and all that. How much water I'm drinking. I just have more energy. So, but Big Jon will, and also today I think he worked a 13-hour shift. So he was talking. Yeah, bro. So he put the work in to even be here.
Yeah.
That's the thing about Big Jon. Big Jon will work those hours, bro.
What do you do?
He works for a retailer.
Okay.
Yep. He's a manager at a retailer.
Nice.
Yeah, man. All right, bro. Well, I appreciate you, bro.
Until next time.
Yes, sir. You have a good one, my man.
You as well. Be blessed.
Get it and flip it, people.
Yes, sir. Slow money better than no money.
There we go. Look out for James Wiseman, man. I'll be in contact with you. That's who I'm optimistic about.
100%. We'll
Be in
see.
contact
We
with
gotta
you.
wait and see.
Yeah, we gotta wait and see. He's got to come back slow. He tore his Achilles. We'll see what's happening with him. Stats show though, most players come back from a Achilles tear are not the same. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm. We'll see.
Yep. I'll talk to you, bro.
All right, man.
Bye bye.